What's up, people? Welcome. Another episode of Rewind. Get your popcorn ready. We got a great show for you. Let's get to it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up? What is going on? Welcome, everybody. I hope you got your popcorn ready. Biggaford Entertainment, Bryon The Grizzly. We are here. We are back with another episode of The Rewind. Bryon, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Well, I was just eating my cereal real quick because I'm enjoying my Saturday morning with you guys. But, I'm 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We're live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights. We're going to be doing The Expanse. We're going in the season 2 tonight. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But, yeah, I cannot wait to talk about all the stuff we're talking about this week. It is crazy. I cannot wait.
Absolutely, 100%. It's going to be great. Make sure to check us out too later on where we're talking about Bel-Air season 5, which was fire. So a lot of stuff to get into today.
I told you.
Told me what?
Jeffrey is a killer.
No. We're not gonna get it. No, we're gonna get into that tonight. Jeffrey is not a killer. All right,
he's a killer. I told you.
No, he is not. No, he is not. Now, technically, he did choke out the man. They did say that. I'll give you that. They said he choked out the man. But hold on. He did it in self-defense to protect his family, right? So we're gonna get into that tonight. Don't worry, guys. Just want to say real quick, Collector Movie Man, thank you for popping in, much appreciated. Fernando is here. Nerd Huddle Podcast is here. So we appreciate you guys for popping in, much appreciated. Brandon is here as well. We're gonna get into the comments like we always do, but right now we are going to get into our first topic. So let's go. All right, guys. First topic, as you can see on the bottom there, has to do with Creed 4. If you guys don't know, Michael B. Jordan revealed the unexpected future of the Creed franchise. Now, you guys, I didn't read this article yet, so you guys are doing it for the first time with us, but let's get into it. Michael B. Jordan offers some interesting insight into the future of the Creed franchise and might have revealed another series that is officially in the works. Michael B. Jordan starred as Adonis Creed in 2015's Creed, a legacy sequel to the Rocky franchise. He returned in 2018 with Creed 2, then reprised the role in Creed 3 and directed the film. It's been 2 years since Creed 3 hit theaters, and there has been no official word on any future Creed movies. Said, I think there's a bit more story to be mined through that. Do I want to be in the ring boxing for the next 15 years? Not so much, but I think there are clever ways and interesting characters we've established that we might want to see where that goes, along with some introductions to new ones I have in mind. I still might be able to get a couple of really good swings at the franchise a bit more. So another Creed television spin-off series has been confirmed. Jordan later told Variety that a series based on Adonis Creed's daughter, Amara, which had previously been rumored, has been picked up by Prime. This appears to be the first official confirmation that the project first mentioned in 2023 is moving forward, Jordan said. We're spinning off, doing Adonis' daughter, Amara's story, the television show that picks up at the television show that's picked up by Amazon. So you'll be seeing different parts of the Creed verse. I like to call it, there's a little IP are going to keep the universe alive without being completely relevant on just me to push it through the finish line every time as a boxer. I'll be adjacent. Plans to expand the Creed franchise begin in 2023. Shortly after the release of Creed 3, Jordan had previously mentioned wanting to make an anime-inspired spin-off project. The first spin-off series, Delphi, was confirmed in May 2025. Delphi is set to center around the titular gym, one seen in both Rocky and Creed films. It is unclear if Ameri is separate from Delphi or it just shows, or if the two shows have been merged to one concept. So, real quick, Brian, what are your thoughts? What do you think about them doing spin offs for the Creed franchise?
Well, so the Mara thing I already knew was going to happen. It made sense to me. I don't know if I think it's a good idea, but I knew it was going to happen. I worry about focusing on her too much and then him having fights because of what's going on in her life and even having that being, something that pushes the franchise forward. I worry about that overall. I don't know if that's the best idea. But I'm excited about seeing Creed 4, but I don't know how much more you can do. The thing about what I think about Creed 4, I always kind of mirror it with a lot of with Rocky 4, right? The whole thing was the Cold War. You had Russia. You had a political a thing where you were representing America. Can you really do that with Creed? Can Creed really represent America? Especially in the climate of we have the political climate we have today. It's going to be difficult to do it. And I don't want you taking too many bites at the apple and water it down, because that's the same thing that kind of happened with Rocky, right? With Rocky 5, the Rocky Balboa, like those, it started to water down the franchise, and it took new blood to really bring it back. So I don't know if this is a great idea or not. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that's not what I'm here for right now.
You know what? I'm right there with you, right? I love the Creed movies. I think they're all really good. I think you could still do a little bit more maybe with one. Adonis. Huh?
Maybe one more? Maybe something you could bring, bring back, what was this? His
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, but what I can't remember his character. But yeah, bring back Jonathan Majors and have them kind of come back together and a reconciliation, something like that. But that's probably it. Because if you start going further than that, what are we doing?
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with you, right? And the same thing that happened with the Rocky franchise, you don't want to drag it on too long. So I would be okay if they did one more Adonis Creed movie. Now, I'm curious to know what the path is going to be if they're doing a spinoff with his daughter. Is she going to be a boxer?
You saw her in that last one, and she's fighting whatever, and then being deaf, and that kind of gives you that self-confidence. That'd be a cool thing to watch her go for a TV show, fight through her things, go through high school, go through all those things. I'm okay with that. I mean, but is that too much? Are you?
That's the question.
Oversaturating yourself.
That's the question, right? You don't want to do too much. They have talked about the anime series. That might be interesting. I'm not a personal anime fan. I know Michael B. Jordan is, right? Because you can see the hints of it in Creed 3 of the anime style kind of thing there. That would be interesting. It would be definitely interesting, especially if it's centered around the gym, which means different types of boxers and different type of boxing matches. The very interesting thing to do there as well. But again,
you can do it like shorter form stuff, like with anime. Like you can do it like the Star Wars, how there's only like 10-15 minutes and you can do it for each fight, whatever, and kind of following each fighter that goes along in the gym. That could be kind of cool.
I think so too. I think it'd be interesting. Again, I personally not an anime fan, so I wouldn't want to see it in that kind of a style. But at the same time, man, you could spin it off. But again, you have to be careful what kind of spin-offs you do, because you don't want to water down the franchise. You know what I mean? Like Rocky was in a bad place, right? Like the last two Rocky movies were okay. They weren't bad, right? They were okay. I know Danny hates them. I know he hates the last one with the one with Talver. He hates that one, right? I get it.
Makes no sense. That young man would have killed him in the ring.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I agree with you. But at the same time, I didn't think they were too bad. So you don't really want to water it down. Creed, I think, kind of brought it back to that level that Rocky was supposed to be at, and the fact that all three movies were good. If you do a fourth one and it's bad, that might be an issue. So you got to tread carefully with what you do with the Creed franchise. But personally, give us more Adonis, give us his daughter. I think I'd be cool with it. I'd be good with it. I like the series aspect more than the movie. Makes more sense, right? Because you don't want to risk a movie with a female boxer. And I know some of them can do good. I'm not saying they
$1 Million
wouldn't.
Baby was fire.
$1 Million Baby was great. I love that movie.
But at the end of the day, she died. So
yeah, I know, right?
Is that what you want? And then we saw that movie Christie with whatever her name is. It was terrible, right? Like,
yeah.
I remember Christy Mack, so that's why I don't know if you should be doing that. But I mean, if you're doing a grade school and talking about gaining your self-confidence and trying to find your own footwork in your own life, I can understand how that series can work. I actually wouldn't mind if they combined the two concepts, have Amara be one of the fighters that they're following through the gym. But she doesn't have to be the main focus.
I agree 100%. Now the question would be, do you have Creed supporting her being in boxing, or do you have him kind of be that like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this and stuff like that? I would prefer the support.
Because we kind of saw that in the 3, and him showing her how to do stuff and then to protect herself. And I think that you want him to be a supportive one, but pushing her into it, you're gonna have problems at home. And and that's why I don't know how much I want to see that. I don't want to see someone broken up. A family broken up over boxing, and we've seen that too much already. So that's why I'm like a little hesitant with it.
No, I agree with you 100%. Guys in the chat, let us know what you think. Are you interested in a Creed 4? Do you want to see it focus more on Adonis? Are you interested in the TV series about his daughter and the anime? Let us know in the comments. Let me know what you think. We're going to get to the comments real quick, and then we'll move on to the next topic. We have Stranger Things was fire. 100%. I'm trying to figure out which day or when we're going to do the talk about the Stranger Things. But believe me, we definitely going to talk about Stranger Things. We got a little bit something at the end of the show today, but we definitely going to be talking about Stranger Things. Had a great Thanksgiving. Stranger was special and cannot wait to talk about it. 100%. First topic. Happy Thanksgiving to the American friends, belated. I know I said on Thursday on my show, I'll say it again to you Americans. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgivings. I had the day off, so I celebrated Thanksgivings with you. As you know, Canadians do it a month earlier. That's why it's better. But just saying.
We have our Halloween in October. Then we have our Thanksgiving. Then we got our Christmas. We lined it up pretty okay. There's not a lot of things we do right, but when we do, it's good.
Collector Movie Man said, can't wait to hear about this DC update. Oh, yeah, you're definitely going to hear about that 100%. He said, I don't care about Stranger Things. Ooh, interesting. You know what? Not everything is for everybody, so I get that 100%. You know me, I don't give a shit about the Penguin, and everybody loves that crap. That's not for me. So,
oh man, it's funny because you can be wrong about James Nolan. It's whatever. It is. It is what it is.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
You're lucky. You're lucky. I don't have my ish ready. You're lucky. You're lucky. We have a winter storm advisory right now here in Michigan. We're supposed to be snowed by the time I wake up tomorrow. Yeah, I know. We got it coming here too. Don't worry. I feel you.
We already got 2 inches here. It's supposed to be 10. It's supposed to be 10. Come on, man. You live in snow.
Don't mean I like it. Don't mean I like it. Here we go with this damn light again. Always when I'm doing the rewind, eh? Just did all my paperwork for next November after I'm done doing my Christmas shopping and paying my bills and grocery shopping. I'm gonna have like $70 left for myself. Yeah, we were talking about that on the OOC on Wednesday, man, where it's like, can you actually afford Christmas? Because it is getting rough out there, man. everything is getting expensive, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just crazy. Why are the screens so small? I feel like I'm watching you
On a
on
small
a
TV.
small TV because you're probably watching
You
the
you're right watching the vertical one. So if you look at the
mhm,
find the wider one,
mhm.
because we have two of them going at the same time. The vertical one's for the phone.
Yes,
The wider one is more for TV or for the laptops or your computer. The wider
yes.
one is a lot easier on the eyes, but if you're running through, you have the vertical one. So that's the two options.
And YouTube, StreamYard, fix it so that we can adjust the vertical
Exactly.
one, okay? So that we can make it look good. Jeffrey is misunderstood. LOL.
No, I think
That
he is a fire character. Don't get me wrong.
he
But
was
he's a murderer. He kills people.
he does not. Listen,
He
I'm gonna say this
kills
I'm
people.
gonna say this on this because I want to save it for the show. But this show has been portraying every single character in a good light. You actually think they're gonna make the one Jeffrey a stone cold killer?
Yes.
No,
Dude,
no,
because
no,
he does
no.
what does he do? What does Jeffrey do? Even in the TV show, he did
He,
all the dirty work to make sure everything runs smoothly. You know
he
what
makes
Jeffrey's
people
doing?
disappear.
He's doing
He just
all the things in the background to make sure things run smoothly, and
yes,
including
that
killing
does
off every person that's a problem.
that does not mean he's killing everybody. Jeffrey is he's just
He's
you're giving them
negotiating.
he's giving them that incentive. If you don't leave, I'm gonna kill you. And usually they leave. No one wants to mess with Jeffrey. You know what I mean? So I'm just
And
saying,
the reason why they don't want to mess with Jeffrey because he has like a body count already.
I need something to happen at the end of this show where Jeffrey's put in a situation and he says, "Oh, I never really killed anybody before. There's only one person," something like that. You know what I mean? We need confirmation. But you're right, Fernando. Jeffrey is definitely misunderstood. He is not a killer. Uh, it's probably going to be about his daughter becoming a boxer, probably like $1 million baby type. Very interesting. I hope they do that. I'm sorry, after they got rid of Sylvester Stallone in the Creed movies, I lost interest. He's the heart and soul of these movies. There would be no Creed without him. Ooh, what are your thoughts on that, Brian?
I disagree 100%.
Go ahead.
And so Sylvester Stallone was important. There's no Rocky franchise without Sylvester Stallone, but I also don't
Mhm.
think it was necessary that he needed to be there because those follow Adonis. Because you understand, Creed was there at the beginning. Who's the first fighter? He was the champion. So like, if you're following his life story overall, it makes sense that he can move on without him. I think even the way they did it, the way they even wrote him out, gave Rocky basically a good story, a good ending. So go ahead with his son, to spend time with his family, to kind of work on his overall life. I thought that was a
Mhm.
better way to do that. And let Adonis go ahead and do his thing, because as he gets older, he's going to have his own life that he's going to have to, go through anyway. So I didn't feel like I don't need Sylvester Stallone to hold a franchise down. Like, just like I don't need in James Bond, I don't need the old James Bond to hold down the new James Bond. I don't need that. As long as you wrote it to the story and gave them a good, solid ending, I'm fine with it. I prefer it, honestly.
Absolutely. You know what? I think he did what he needed to do in that franchise. And I agree with you. I don't think the third one actually needed him, right? Because again, you can only go so far with him. You know what I mean? But I
What
understand where collectors coming from, but
would you like a cameo though? So, like, let's say Adonis is now training Amara, right? And he's having a hard time separating himself because
Mhm,
he's, the father, and Rocky comes in and says, "Hey, you remember how I didn't want you to do this stuff?
mhm.
I wanted to stop you. You can't, and what you resented me. Do you want that same resentment for Amara? Just a little small, quick. Like, he doesn't have to be in it for sure. He just needs to be in it, like, to have that little conversation. That would be a good connection. You don't have
I
to. You
agree.
didn't kill him off. That's one thing that the franchises know now. Don't kill
Mhm.
off vital characters. Give
Agreed.
them the happy endings, and then let them be able to come back if you need them.
Agreed, 100%. Because I believe in Creed 1, they thought about doing that, right? With the cancer thing and everything.
Mhm.
And it's like, nah, we can't kill off Rocky Balboa. And you're right. Because, it starts off with him mourning his wife's death, Polly's dead, and then we're going to get him dying in Creed. Nah, you can't do that. This
Yeah.
damn light is pissing me off. I don't understand why you doing this morning. Why are you messing up my ish today? All right, all right. Let's see. Look at this. Look at this.
They're
I'm
playing
gonna
with
have.
you. You know, it's funny because you don't see the person in the background with the mic with the switch. Like,
I
gotcha.
know. I'm gonna have to
Gotcha.
get that fixed. Creed will take the Rocky role and be more of a mentor. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go that way, Danny. 100%. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see. Okay, this is starting to get annoying. Hold on. Creed could maybe fight Clubber Lang's son or his grandson. You know what? I knew this was coming when we were going to talk about Creed. I knew the Clubber Lang stuff was going to go into that. We can't do that again, Danny. He already fought, the Russian son. We
Yeah.
we can't have him fighting Clubber Lang again. We need to go something different. So I
You know
agree.
what's funny?
Uh, what's
And,
up? How you doing? Thank you for popping in.
hey, Monique. So in my Bronzeville Culver store, Mr. T comes in all the time.
Really?
Mr. T comes in all the time. And you know what Mr. T does? He hands out pictures of himself to everybody and signs them all the time. And of course, he's doing
Nice.
that, so of course, I have to pay him, give him for some food, whatever. But he is a
Uh-huh.
very cool dude. He is still Mr. T. That persona is still who he is. So, like, I wouldn't mind letting him get into a movie like this. Even if it's just a cameo, like even if he's sick or whatever it is. Let him get a payday for what he's done in the part of the franchise that people still remember. So I wouldn't mind that because of I know Mr. T.
Absolutely. Geeky Guy sent a $2 super chat. Thank you, Geeky Guy. He
Let's
says,
go.
whose death in Stranger Thing will hit you hard? That's a good question. First, before I respond to that, message me and let me know if your Avatar movie pre-orders came out so we could get you your gift. Um, hey, I'm gonna say it. They killed a black dude, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh man.
If they kill the black dude, I'm gonna be pissed. Right? We only got one. So let's keep we got the sister, but I mean, we only got one. The black man gotta survive. We have had a long history of dying in horror movies, all right? We are not going to do that in Stranger Things. We survived LL Cool J, right? He survived.
Yep.
Buster Rhymes survived one. All right.
Yep.
We're gonna have us survive the Stranger Things. All
Let's
right.
go, Lucas. Team Lucas all the way here. I'm definitely telling you, I don't want Lucas, but I feel like because Lucas basically saved Max's life. Max was done. She was going to die.
Yeah.
So that whole, I don't want to get too far into it because I want to have a huge discussion at the end about Stranger
Yes.
Things. But I will say, I don't want Lucas to die because of what he did for Max. I want Max to be able to come back, and I want Lucas. I think they deserve. If anyone, I don't think anyone else is going to get happy ending.
Neither
I wouldn't
do I.
mind those two because one almost died, and the other Lucas right now got scratches through his chest.
Facts.
So I want him to be carrying Max, where I've heard to wake up and them to stay together and say those are the two that are going to make it.
Because we're gonna get into it, but they foreshadowed something that I'm like, ooh, one of these two I might not make it.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Just checking in to say hi. Time for work, fun for fun at Fan Expo. I'll have fun,
Ooh,
Eli.
thanks. Well, that's awesome.
By the way, Robert Patrick is a cool dude. Really? You met him?
Okay.
Interesting. If they focus on the little girl and promote it right, they can target a new demographic. Little girls could be nerve revenue, new revenue. Okay, sorry, Daddy. New revenue stream. I think the cartoon idea is a bad idea. I would not go that route. Interesting. I do agree with you that the female one could definitely add to females wanting to go see this if it's done properly. You know what I mean? But I still
It's
think,
hard because it's boxing, so I'm not
yeah,
sure.
yeah, it has to. $1 Million Baby had a catch, right? It had that thing at the end where once word of mouth happened, it was like, oh, people had to go see $1 Million Baby, right? So it has to have something like that. He said, Bryon, the perfect gift giveaway would be that t-shirt you're wearing. That is fire. Magneto is my
Magneto's
favorite
always
X-Men
right.
character. Also, great job that you're wearing a proper shirt beside a wife beater. Facts,
So
Danny.
what? First off, it's because it's snowing outside. If it wasn't snowing outside, I would still have my t-shirt on. It was good, but since it's snowing outside, I was like, gotta do it. But Danny, maybe I'll send one to you specifically because we got Christmas coming on. That means I like doing giveaways. I don't want to just send stuff out to the people that matter. So
don't hold your breath, Danny, because I'm still waiting for my From DVD. So,
dude,
I'm
actually,
just saying.
I'll show you the box. It was returned to me. I was like, what the hell? I got to pay extra money to send to Canada again.
Really?
Yeah. I was so pissed off. So I'm going to get it to Tank.
Hey, don't laugh. Don't laugh at our mobile view, all right? We're not doing that, okay? We're not making fun of the mobile view.
We had to change the whole stuff of this to make the mobile view look good. It's StreamYard used to work on that.
Yes, absolutely. Nzo, what's wrong with you? What are Jamaicans known for? I disagree also. Rocky isn't needed. Michael B. Jordan has been passed the baton and he is winning quite nicely with it. Yeah, I agree with you.
I agree.
About to check out Bogana. Nice.
Pluribus. Pluribus is one. You guys, if you're not watching Pluribus, so the first, it's a little slow, the first 2 episodes. So I would say like the first one probably get you pretty good. The second one's a little slow. The third and fourth one, I'm like, what the F is going on? It's kind of crazy. Apple does a good job, but Apple takes a long time starting these things up. Same thing happened with Severance. I wasn't in on Severance until episode 4. I'm thinking I'm going to be in on purpose right now.
I watched all the episodes. I'm episode 5. I think it's good. I'm curious to see what the next episode is. What happened when she looked in that thing. But other than that, it's all right. It's all right. I don't think it's that great. Anyone black? Black. Exactly. Here, geeky guy said, Nzo, when your light goes off, it makes you look darker than you already are. No offense.
Wow. He said he only saw your eyeballs and teeth. That's messed up.
Listen, geeky guy. I know you're not. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. All right. I'm just saying.
I was just mad because we took school pictures and they didn't have the light directly on them. All we saw was eyes and teeth. That's all right. It's okay. Because it happened to me too.
One time my brother told me, hey, you're so black, you're purple.
purple blush on.
Yeah. So there we go. Monday, I'm buying my ticket for Avatar. I'm also buying my ticket for Hamnet. Nice. You should definitely send something out to me like a shirt for my birthday next month. That would be awesome. I would wear it on my birthday.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. You know what? This stuff is going on. First off, my wife makes the t-shirts.
Nice.
So that's not a problem for me.
I am almost done with Slow Horse. I have 2 seasons left. Nice. Oof. I just saw Sisu 2. It's really good.
Sisu 2 is my favorite movie. Not the best. My favorite movie I've watched this year.
Interesting.
It's not the best. Oh, my second favorite, because I forgot what we had earlier at the beginning. My second favorite movie this year. Second favorite.
I'm watching Purvis 2 and I'm enjoying it. It's good. I'm not saying it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a good show. It is. I just want more. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying it. I just want a little bit more. But I like it. I think it's good. It's well done. Apple has some good shows. They seem to wait too long for following seasons and causes viewers to lose interest. You are correct, Danny. I love the Carnival Row, but they keep dropping the ball on that series. Never watched it yet.
You gotta do like Prime. Prime comes out with stuff all the time. So like when we're talking about, oh man, I love Cross. They come like, oh, new Cross. 6 months later. Yeah. Don't keep that momentum going.
Agreed. And if you need to know my shirt size, I wear 4X. Boy, you Americans, boy. 4X, 10X, you know what I mean? Fucking 17.
You gotta wear a bigger t-shirt size than me. I
about
do wear
that
a
one.
size. I do wear a size 16 shoe.
There you go. There you go. You see?
I'm 6'5". This is what it is.
Oh, I saw Knives Out, Wake Up, Dead Man the night before Thanksgiving in theaters. It was really good. Enjoyed it.
They
Absolutely.
said it's the best one since the first one. It's the best one they've had since then.
Best Christmas movie, A Christmas Story. A Christmas Story.
My favorite one is the Patrick Stewart Christmas Carol. That's my favorite one. The best one is probably It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, which is very much like a Christmas Carol, right? It's the same thing.
Technically, yeah. Technically. Guys, thank you for the comments. We are going to go get into the next topic. Let's do it. All right, got to switch a few things around here. Next topic is Bryon.
He did this on purpose. He was like, hey, we're going to do the second one. Wonder Man for Bryon. Let's talk this.
I did.
Wonder Man creators confirmed that the MCU's Simon Williams will have superpowers and why he won't use them. Okay. Wonder Man's head writer Andrew Guest and producer Brian Gay will share some intriguing new details about the upcoming Marvel television series, including why Simon Williams is reluctant to use his powers. Wonder Man is shrouded in secrecy, though that's the only served to increase excitement for Simon Williams, the MCU debut. The trailers have pointed to the series revolving around the actor's desire to play the fictional character Wonder Man in the reboot of the in-universe superhero franchise. However, we all also know from other teasers that Simon has powers. Seeing him, his comic book counterpart was given powerful ionic abilities by Baron Zemo to destroy the Avengers. Marvel Studios has the chance to do something exciting and unique here. The director has shared some highlights from the recent issue from D23 magazine, where it's reportedly confirmed that Simon has super speed, super strength, and the ability to create massive explosions. The Wonder Man head writer, Andrew Guest, explained he is incredibly powerful in a way he's not even fully aware of, but he doesn't care. Simon wants to be Daniel Day-Lewis. Why? Okay, Marvel Studios director of the production and development, Brian Gay, was also on hand and noted he doesn't even know the extent of what his powers are. Simon has these superpowers and he feels a responsibility to help, but his main goal is to be an actor. Okay, and that's complicated by the fact that he lives in a world where superheroes exist and aliens can come down from the sky at any moment. It sounds like something that's going to happen that spurs Simon to take action. And while we know the Department of Damage Control will appear, it will not be clear who the show's main antagonist will be. Demetrius Gross has been cast as the Grim Reaper, but has yet to be featured in any Wonder Man sneak peeks. Simon not wanting to use his powers so he can focus on being an actor is an interesting premise too, and one that the show should make Wonder Man stand out from the crowd. Okay. Nzo, I was going to ask you right now. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Listen, man, I'm kind of in a situation here where I'm like, I think it could be good, but then I see what they're doing with some of these trailers, and it looks like it's going to be some kind of joke business. And I personally am just not interested in seeing that. You know what I mean? Like, we have all these things in the MCU where superheroes get their power and whatever, and then they want to be like, this guy like doesn't want to have powers, doesn't want to be a superhero. Like, we're gonna follow his journey on him being an actor. Really?
It sounds crazy. So the series stars, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Ben Kingsley. So I love Ben Kingsley. He's awesome. Arian Moayed, ex-Mayo, was it Zlato Barrick, Olivia Thirby, and Byron Bowers. That's a eclectic group of people. Okay, and to the point where it sounds like it's going to try to be very jokey. It's supposed to premiere, was it January 26th, 2026? So this is going to be the first thing we're going to see this year. The concept of Simon Williams sounds interesting. The idea of calling Wonder Man, you miss me with that? You know, I just I don't like it. The idea of him wanting to be an actor instead of being a superhero, you can miss me with that. Like this is stupid. It seems too silly, and I wish they would take it back. Honestly, I wish they would take it back.
Ben Kingsley is great. He's not great in these Marvel movies, right? What they did in Iron Man 3 ruined that movie. Then they brought him back in Shang-Chi, and I think that movie just fell off the minute he shows up, and now he's going to be a prominent part of this show. It just doesn't work for me, right? Now, we all know why Bryon Wonder Man doesn't work for Bryon. We all know that, right? We all know what the problem is.
I told you, man, Wonder Man's not a black man. Don't be trying to make a black man be there. So I have Blue Marvel out there. You want to make Wonder Man, right? But Blue Marvel's sitting out there that does the same stuff but more. And you want to not give me Blue Marvel. and you want to go give me Wonder Man. F you, Marvel. I see what you're doing. I know what's going on. Wonder Man is not the concept. You can use this exact same concept. Wonder Man is a black professor when he starts off doing this stuff. So, like, literally, I mean, Blue Marvel is really a black professor. Adam is that. So you don't have to do this. You could have done it a totally different route with a character that's already black. That I don't have to have this argument with. I don't understand it. It makes me so angry. You're just bringing up these characters for no reason. If you don't use a C-list character, how about we use the baddest ass Blue Marvel that we can have?
Now, you see, this is where me and Bryon are on totally different opposite sides of the page. I don't care about race bending, right? The one thing that concerns me the most is the fact that this actor is getting a job that could probably propel him into another stratosphere or whatever. I don't care if you're playing a black character. I don't care if you're playing a white character. Like, as long as you stay true to these characters, then it doesn't matter to me. And well, unless the color of the skin doesn't really matter. Like, so for example, Black Panther needs to be black, right? Right. There are people that say that Batman needs to be white because of his generational wealth, right? So if what you're doing doesn't actually take away from the character is, I don't care if you race bend them. I don't care personally. Doesn't bother me because I want to see the person that portrays him. Somebody in the chat, yeah, please block this guy because I see these bunch of neo-Nazi signs and crap in there. Ban them out. Time them out. Ban them. So thank you very much, whoever did that. Appreciate it. So me personally, I've always been on that level where I don't care about race bending. I really don't. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion.
But see, understand this. So once again, I'm not what I say doesn't change anything else, right? It actually promotes a black character that will remain a black character always. So I'm not taking the job away. The same guy, Yaya can be Adam Bashir. Like he can be Blue Marvel. He's the most powerful of all those characters. So if you're going to, and you're going to try, he's going to be one of the most powerful characters in the MCU, then why the hell didn't you just do this? Why didn't you just make it Blue Marvel? So, like, my point is not to take anything away. It's to add something that would be sustainable, something that's going to stay there, something that's going to be great. The problem is Kevin Trevorrow is the one who created this character. Kevin Trevorrow. So he's the black vampire from Underworld. You remember him? He's the one that created this character, right? So that's the real issue coming here. You know, like, you can use them. You can promote a black creator. You can promote all this stuff from a better character. Everything they're trying to do, they can do from a better standpoint and help everybody out. So why would I be okay with that?
Maybe Blue Marvel doesn't fit in. I don't know.
I don't know. Does. He's a Marvel.
I don't know. I don't know what their thinking is when they No, I don't know what they're thinking when they do their stuff, what they do to race bending and stuff like that. But again, at the end of the day, to me, if it doesn't affect the character that's playing, then I don't care. You get a black man to play. You know
who Blue Marvel ends up being with? Monica Rambeau. Monica Rambeau. You know? And so we have another character that's already there. She's Like literally already there. All that's there right now. You didn't have to. Wonder Man connects to nobody. There is no reason for this. You didn't have to do this. They're choosing to do this, and that's why I don't like it.
So you say they're choosing to do this. I always say that maybe they are, or maybe they just decided to get the best man for the job.
He could play him. You don't have to change nothing except the character. Jaja doesn't lose a job. He just plays a better character, a stronger character who has more depth to him. That's it.
To you guys, to everybody else, yes, I get it. 100%. You may think he's a stronger character. Someone may Wonder Man. Someone may like Wonder Man better, right? That's subjective, right?
No one on any list will ever say Blue Marvel's is weaker than Wonder Man.
I don't know. No one. I don't know. I'm just saying, right? At the end of the day, it could be a possibility. I don't know. I don't care. Like, a black man is working. That's all that matters. Whether he's working as Batman, whether he's working at Clark Kent, whether he's working as Wonder Man, I don't care.
As far as Nzo said, he doesn't care if he's a garbage man or a president of the United States. I'd rather be president of the United States. That's just me. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. You got a job one way or another. Give me president of the United States. Don't give me. You take the garbage man.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We are not doing that because they
made. You said because that's what Wonder Man is. Wonder Man, or equating them.
No,
Wonder Man is garbage man. Hey, he got solid. He gets a solid paycheck week after week, and Blue Marvel is literally the president of the United States. That's the level they're on.
They made Finn the garbage man, right? I hated that crap.
This is my point. This is what you're doing. You're accepting more garbage man, Nzo. You're accepting more garbage.
No, I'm not. Because even though they can make Wonder Man a great character, right? Supposedly, right, we're hearing rumors that he may be the strongest in the MCU. Yeah. Give me the Black Man as the strongest in the MCU. 100%.
Okay. An ex-criminal gotta be that. That's what you. So you love the tropes, huh? You want to bring the tropes in here. You want to talk about it. Let's not. You understand? I read all these comic books. I know who these guys are. I know who Wonder Man is. You want to have this ex-convict, right? Be the one, but a college professor who creates stuff that becomes this most all-powerful being. That's one of the best-selling comic books. It was so good. They had an argument with Kevin Javot and couldn't even release the 6th comic book. Look at the Wonder Man series, right?
Wait, hold on.
Read the Blue Marvel series and see how much.
I hear what you're saying.
Everything is better.
I hear what you're saying, but people need to understand that the comic books and the MCU are different, right? So we don't know if he's going to be a criminal in the MCU. We don't know if he's going to be a criminal.
They're not really that different.
They're not going that way, right? So.
No, I think in this, I think he will be ex-con. I mean, the creator, the character of Wonder Man, the one he's going to try to be, is still a criminal. It's still the same guy. He's normally a white guy, and that's going to be part of the show. That the character Wonder Man is ex-con, and that character is who he's playing. So he wants to. The acting thing he wants is to be a superhero, and that superhero is an ex-con. So, like, there's no reason to do this. I'm just telling you, he could have done the same exact thing and been Blue Marvel.
But there's no definite. There's no confirmation yet that even the superhero that he wants to play is going to be an ex-con in the show yet, right? I get that's his history in the comics, but we don't know if they're going to do that, right? They change a lot of things in the MCU. A lot of people need to understand the MCU and the comic books are totally different, right? The Hulk that you get in the comics are the different Hulk that you get in the comic book. The Thor that you get in the comic book. The
piecemeal you're gonna be okay with anything. Well, it's okay. I'm okay. They're gonna give you instead of giving you Bill Cosby, they're gonna give you Rock. Rock is a great show. Instead of give you Heathcliff Huxtable, they give you Rock. That's okay. You can like Rock. I still want to be Huxtable. I want the whole family. I want all the greatness of it. If you're going to give me something, don't race bend me. Give me the guy who's already there. I say the same thing with sex bending. I feel like if you don't change a character to a female character, give me the great female character and make her more prominent. I just believe that's what you should be doing anyway, because it doesn't mean like I have to always push this white character. I don't need to push this white character all the time. I got to push the character that's already this character that's already there. I don't need to change it. I need to go ahead and make this a powerful character and let you know about this.
Again, we're going off into this rant where I kind of knew it was going to go to when the topic came up.
I have not said there were. We had 44 minutes in there. I have not even gone to where I'm. I'm going away.
I'm waiting. Don't worry. I still got the timer up. I'm still waiting. The show ain't over yet. The show ain't over yet. No, but I knew that we were going to get into this because at the end of the day, for me, I've always said this. I care more about, us going up, like the actor or whatever getting. So if that means he has to portray a race bend character, they don't have to do it, right? Marvel does not have to do that. But at the end of the day, if this is the character, so for example, right, we all know Jonathan Majors was doing great, right? His portrayal as Kang, the one above all, not the one above all, I'm sorry, oh my god, Victor Timely or whatever. He remains. Thank you. That's what I'm like. Right? Was absolutely phenomenal. I think if he would have got to continue his role, it would have put him on another stratosphere. And Kang is not white. Is not black. Kang is not black. Right? And I think for some reason people really can accept.
Where you have no idea where Kang really is because we look at the comics, he's blue most of the time. So like,
no, his origins are white though. If you go back in the comic, his origins as a white man. Yes, he does.
You're saying because he's because he created to he's a descendant of Reed Richards. So that's the whole point. But you don't know what color, what kind of what coffee you got in that thing. You don't know their life. You don't know their life for 3,000 years later. You don't know what he is.
This guy. Okay.
You don't know what's going on.
Granted, he could have diluted with some chocolate. You know what I mean?
Hey, well, you know about the drop. You put these drops in some milk. All of a sudden, that milk ain't white no more. I'm just saying. You don't know you don't know his life.
He could have diluted with some chocolate, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. They all want to dip in some chocolate. We done know, all right? We done know. But I'm just saying, like, I think, and a lot of people, I think their race bending stuff, maybe not you, right? And definitely not Chillmonger, but I think a lot of people, their race bending stuff are, well, if it's an unknown character, I don't care. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. And that's where I find the hypocrisy into it, right? That's where I find the hypocrisy into it. Like people complained night and day about Jeffrey Dean playing Commissioner Gordon, right? And then when it came out and it was good, no one said ish. You know what I mean? No one said nothing. You didn't hear no talk about it after it came out, right? At least I know certain people at least stick to their guns, right?
I won't stay with it no matter what. Like you if you're gonna do it, bring someone else out. There are other characters that exist, But I'm more concerned with superheroes because there's so a lack of superhero. If I understand when people say, the character doesn't matter so much, so is whatever. Then the character doesn't matter at all. But if it's a character that does matter, and you're gonna give me someone that doesn't matter in the entire idea of the MCU, because Wonder Man really does not matter. Like you talking about, if we're listening 50 MCU characters, 50 superheroes. Wonder Man is number 49.
I got you.
So why am I doing that? And we already know the whole controversy of what's happening with Marvel, what we said about their black characters. Then why wouldn't you use one who's in a lot more comic books more recently? There's been a lot of these comic books. He's in with Malcolm Rambeau. They're dating. They're doing all this stuff like this. He's a character that's relevant. Why would you bring an irrelevant character and make it even the idea of a black man being an ex-con, any of that stuff? There's no need to even talk about this. There's no need to bring this stuff up. So that's why I don't like tropes, and I don't think that it needs to be this way. And you didn't have to.
That's why I hope they don't mention the ex-con stuff. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they'll change that, right? I really hope they don't give us the ex-con stuff because, again, that does add on to the trope as well. Now, I'll say this. Would I prefer to see original character? Yes. Would I prefer to see original black character? Yes. Would I prefer them propel an original black character? Yes. But they are not doing that. So since they're not doing that, I will be happy just to see this black man get to do what he has to do, right? Get the job, kill it, and I hope he does kill it. I have faith that he will kill it.
No,
I
you
just
know the
think
series
that
is crap.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
You
say.
know the series crap.
That's what
So
I was
like, no
about to
matter
say.
what, you already know this is crap. So like,
that's what
you're giving us crap, and you couldn't give us crap if it was Blue Marvel. They couldn't do this, and that's my problem. We know what they're doing. They're literally they're piecemeal. Hey, I gave you a character. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. No, it's not candy.
This guy wouldn't even let me finish what I was going to say. Cut me off real quick. You are correct. This show does look like it's crashed. That's the only problem that I have. But I'm hoping that it's good, because I'll say this. A lot of people thought Ironheart was going to be trash. It wasn't great, but it wasn't trash. Ironheart was pretty good. I enjoyed a lot of the things in that. I'm just mad that we're not going to get, you know what I mean?
Riri Williams was a black character, so that's not like they didn't make this stuff up.
Right. It was good. So
you put money behind it, then sometimes it works. But okay, we already know where I'm at. We know where Nzo is. He's on the wrong end. I'm on the right end. But we're gonna close this thing up. We're going to go ahead and look at your comments, because obviously we already know what's right, what's wrong. Let's go ahead. Let's go on to the next topic. Or actually, let's read the comments first. Actually,
you are so lucky that I didn't get a chance to do my ish today, bro. I stayed up late last night, and then because I had set my alarm for 9, right? I'm like, okay, let me set up get up, do my stuff, get ready. Man, I put snooze and I fell back asleep, and then it was like 9:30. I was like, oh, damn, right? So nothing I wanted to do got done, unfortunately, because I was going to go at you big time. Let's go to the comments stuff.
Collector says my favorite Christmas movie is Santa Claus, the first one with Tim Allen. The Santa Claus, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fernando's right when he says Wonder Man looks like trash. I hate it when these directors do not respect the source material and do their own thing with our comic book characters, because it's coming from a comic book. Nzo,
I get that.
He literally put Nzo at the end of this right there.
I get that, but again, at the same time, I want to see creativity, right? I don't want to see a 1-to-1 of a comic book or anything like that. I want to see them do their own takes on it, but I want them to do it more in an X-Men 97 type of way, where you pay respect to what happened, but you make it your own story.
This is 100% what you're doing. You take storylines and you combine the storylines together. Mm-hmm. You figure out a way and give you a fresh look, but the character stays the same, stay the character. That's the issue. If your character doesn't stay the character, you lose who the character is. I see what Danny's doing. And I'm trying not to even read it, but I see what you're doing. Well, I know what's going on. Well, you're not baiting me into this week. Not this week. Fernando says, as a Mexican race bending Blue Beetle into a Mexican did not make me care about the character more at all. There it is.
I mean, the movie was ass, though. That's why.
It didn't have to be, because it's not just race bending, it's race bending and then not putting money into it.
Put not a better movie on that.
And then telling everybody, hey, I know we coming out this movie this year, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So no one goes out to see it.
Well, that's an issue, right? But put more money into it, put a good story behind it, people will care.
Or you give it a Hispanic character. Yeah, that works.
Go ahead.
Wonder Man will smoke Black Panther. I think Tucson will probably take Wonder Man. I'm just saying. Next comment. Race bending, if it works, some might let it go. But if it's a disaster, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
That's a problem as well, right?
And you're right. Spend David. The money. They don't spend the money on it. They don't give the quality. And when you do these things and you don't put quality behind it, it's obvious that you're just doing it to check a box. You're not doing it because you care about the characters. And then, especially when you have a character that's the same thing, it's actually a black character that has more of a basis. You don't put any time into the character. You don't do any of that stuff. So it's obvious that you didn't really care. So stop trying to tell me that you care about it. Don't spit on me and tell me it's raining.
So again, I agree, but that's where I say the hypocrisy comes in, right? Because a lot of people will cry and scream and yell about all of this crap to high heaven before it comes out. And then Kang does his job and nobody says ish. And then Gordon is great, nobody says ish. You know what I mean? That's the problem that I have. I'm
but
at
they
the
did
end of
put
the
money
day
behind that character,
and
those aren't super. So Kang is a really good point, Anzo. I think I have to say that to you. That's a really good point. Kang really does work, but you never
I'm gonna give you another one too.
What type of character Kang? You can't prove to me that Kang's a white guy.
Yes, I can. I'll bring it up. I'll
show his hands.
Yeah,
that's the only thing you can do. You show his hands, and then I'll be like, I can't really argue with that point.
I'll prove he's a white guy. But another thing too that I'll say is even when, and this is why another reason why I don't care, because even when you get original black characters, Sister Sage in The Boys, right? Ironheart, they still make fun of us. They still laugh at us. They still hate it. Right? They still talk about Monique and Shonique and hip hop music, and you know who I'm talking about when they say that. So it does not effing matter whether they race bend the character or they give us an original character. No. As long as it's black leading, they cannot effing stand it. So you know what I want to do? I want to destroy them. Make Bruce Wayne a black man. Give me a ghetto Justice League. All right, we want
that's a problem. That's problematic too, right? That's a problematic thing because once again, so I was talking to my father about this. This Sunday, it's funny you brought this up. You know, the tallest group of people in the world, the tallest group like gender and race in the world, black people, right? Yeah, we're the shortest in the world. Black people, the smallest, shortest group on earth, black people.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you.
We're the smartest. We're the dumbest. We're everything. 100%. We're everything in that aspect, like all of it. You know, so like, but the idea to try to highlight the negativity in everything you do is one thing. This is why they couldn't do Blue Marvel. Why? Because he has too many positives there. He has too many things. That's why they had to. Well, what minute is it? 57. This is why they had to get rid of T'Challa. This is why they had to get rid of him because there's too many positives there. You have to kill this thing. You know, you have to when you have characters on a level that are above reproach. You can't mess that character up unless you kill him off and try to bring his bastard son in. And then that's the then you do it. But that's the only time you can do it. Like you have to kill the entire country, kill off his father, his stepmother, everyone else, all the black men, all of them, kill the country. And then it's the only way you can do it.
So you know what? I'm gonna get a sound effect for a bell, right? And every time the child pops up, we're gonna ding, 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 ding. We're gonna hit that bell. Absolutely. Same with the gender swaps.
I agree. I think that's a problem too. If you have powerful female characters, I don't need you to gender swap it. Give me the powerful female character first.
Yeah, I don't care. He was perfect as Black Manta, 100%. Favorite movie where someone is lost? Lost. I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, like lost.
I
gotta come back. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I give you that. Fernando, you were my boy. I don't like you right now, brother. Listen, Bryon does not win nothing. All right, nothing on this channel. Bryon does not win nothing. We're not doing that.
All the time. It's so often that it's funny when he says it. It doesn't even bother me, right? It's just say that whatever. It's a Tuesday. It's just a regular Saturday morning.
Anybody likes Gremlins? Absolutely, 100%.
Gremlins is awesome.
Hello and thanks from Stacy.
Hopefully you got the gift card I sent. So hopefully you got that.
Absolutely. Favorite Christmas movie? Scrooge.
I love Scrooge. Scrooge is awesome.
Is good. Scrooge is good. What is the best movie of the year, Bryon?
I'm gonna go with Sinners still. I'm still gonna go with Sinners.
I'm not even reading that one. Go ahead, Bryon. Read that one. That's for you.
No.
Yeah, remember how bad the live action Dragon Ball movie was? They changed everything with your origins of Goku and it was trash. Yeah, it was trash, but let's not pretend it was trash because of what they did with the race band and the script was horrible, right? You know, the movie.
It was trash because you didn't respect the character. You didn't understand what the whole point of the character is, and you didn't.
I don't think they respected any. They didn't respect anything, right? They just made their own movie, right? So, yeah, they just made they just made
they made their own
disrespect.
crap that didn't make any sense. And I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this, guys? But that's what people do when they don't care about it. They're just going to use, smoke and mirrors and say they're going to call it something that's not really. This is what they're doing with this whole this whole Wonder Man thing. This is my whole point.
Using woke as an excuse not to actually do anything common. Bryon and Nzo, what are you guys' last few movies to see for the year? Mine is Hamnet, Avatar, Fire and Ash, The Housemaid, Marty Supreme. My probably be Fire and Ash, right? Those other movies that you put in there, I'm good.
The Housemaid looks interesting, but it's not gonna be interesting for me. If someone read the book, that would be something that I would be. I understand why you would be interested in. No, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm going to watch Fire and Ash. I know there's some stuff at the end of the year that I'm going to be interested in seeing, but yeah, that's not it right now.
Do you want a John Coltrane biopic? I don't even know who that is.
John Coltrane? Oh man, one of the greatest.
Oh, John Coltrane.
Yeah.
Oh, John Coltrane. Okay,
yeah.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't slip. No. Okay, yeah.
Who someone asked about who should play Static, and look at this. So I mentioned this a long time ago. That Static, when they come into the DC, he's going to be an older Static. Look what the comic books that they've been coming out with.
Jonathan,
we already know they come up with the Bat family, right? So once again, when you have Nightwing and Static, an older Static, that's gonna be interesting.
Castaway Hanks is Stranded. That was a good movie too. I can't lie.
Castaway's awesome.
Good number of us Mexicans can be pretty short as well. Yeah. Damn it, he won't transform. I know. Danny sent me a message. He's like, watch, I'm gonna trigger Bryon. I'm like, do it. Bryon is sticking to his guns tonight, Danny. He's trying not to. Bryon and Nzo, what are you hoping to get for Christmas? Nothing really. I'm good.
It's hard for me to get stuff. I don't know how Nzo feels about this, right? But because if I need it, if I wanted it throughout the year,
I get it myself. Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah, 100%. So when Christmas time comes, my girl's always like, "Oh, I don't know what to get you." I'm like, "Damn, I don't even know what I want." You know what I mean?
Like, say, hey, you know me better than me. Get something. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, because if it was a lot of money, I already would have bought it.
Yeah. And I always say this too. I'm more about pleasing the people around me and doing the shopping for them than it is for me to get a gift, right? I get something good. If not, I'm really okay with it. But guys, we're gonna move on. To the next topic. Let us know what you think in the chat. Do you think that Wonder Man is going to be good? Do you think it's going to be trash? Do you hate the race bending stuff? Does the race bending stuff not bother you? It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with this show. I personally hope it's going to be good, but in my mind, Marvel shows are trash. They are trash, and I don't see this being any different. It's sad to say that. You know what I mean? It really is, but hopefully I'm wrong. But anything else on this, Bryon?
No, this is trash, and we need to go ahead and move on to something not trash.
Let's go on to the next topic. All right, guys. Next topic we got here, we're going to do a little talking because I know that, we wanted to talk about a few things as well. And we'll do this one real quick, but it is the box office numbers. Now, right now, we have Zootopia at 133 million worldwide. And it's because it just came out, so it's not really on
That's
the.
a 1 day. So,
Yeah.
Zootopia made over $100 million in China.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Is absolutely going to murder it. It's going to be really good. And I think we did talk about that, saying that the international numbers were going to blow that movie up, right?
Zootopia 2 is going to come out. We're going to go the weekend. The first weekend numbers are going to come out. They're going to be over $500 million. Yeah, that's 100%. What it's trending towards, which is nuts because just last weekend, Wicked blew away the domestic numbers that we've seen, the best numbers we've seen the entire year. Wicked just blew it away.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about this real quick because Wicked for Good is number 1 with 147 million. Number 2 is Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which surprised me, but it's at 36 million. Mm-hmm. Predator Badlands made 76 million. So that has a total of 163 million, I believe it was, for its entire run. The Running Man is at 26 million.
Man, that's terrible.
Yeah. That's horrible. Because I think the budget was like 100 million or something like that. Was it the budget for it?
Like 90 million or something like that. And they said the break even is going to have to make 120 million. It's not going to make 120 million dollars.
It's not. Number 5 is Rental Family. Number 6 is Susu Road to Revenge.
Dude, if you haven't seen Sisu, if you just like just killing, death, and action the entire movie, it's for you.
Really?
100%. Okay. There's killing all the time. That's all it is.
I see it on Nzo Vision. I'm like, do I really want to watch this? And I'm like, I don't know. So maybe I'll check it out. Definitely.
Dude, get past the first 15 minutes and there's death all over the planet. It's just one dude way better than John Wick. And it's more brutal.
How do you compare it to Nobody?
So this
is the same kind of concept.
It's in Europe during World War I. So he's killing Nazis. He's saving people and he's killing everybody.
Okay.
It's
interesting.
Pretty badass.
Number 7 is Regretting You. Number 8 is Nuremberg. Number 9, Nuremberg.
That's a collector's movie. He likes that.
Yeah, he likes that, Number 9 is Black Phone. Number 10 is Sierra's Oil. So those are the top 10s. Sarah's Oil, not Sierra. Those are the top 10 movies. What stands out to you on that, Brian?
It's definitely Wicked for Good. To the point right now, while I'm looking at Wicked for Good, it's going to be somewhere around next weekend, somewhere around $475 million, basically. All right. But the problem is it's only going to have about 280 worldwide, which is going to stop it. It's going to make maybe $780 million. I don't see it getting over $800 million.
So it
which
doesn't
is
hit a billion.
So it doesn't hit that billion. It slowly won't hit the billion mark. But if it stayed in the theaters long enough, it could, because it could have a resurgence after people watch Avatar. They want to see something else. You might see Wicked for Good. So it's going to be hard because of when it came out. Because when Fire Ash comes out December 19th, everything else dies.
100%.
And that's kind of the issue. I think Wicked for Good has a chance if it has a second run, but I think it stops around $800 million. But it had a great opening.
Absolutely. And it's good to know, you know what I mean? Especially for a musical to have a great opening like that, right? But we said it last week that Zootopia was, it appeals to a more wider audience. You know what I mean? It's one of those movies where it's going to make a lot of money internationally, and then domestically it was going to make a ton of money as well too. So you're probably sitting on $1 billion movie right there with Zootopia.
The first one came out and I think it made 1.1 25 million, something like that. So and I think this one's going to eclipse that. we're gonna see Zootopia is gonna be like 1.2 billion, and they're gonna make that before Avatar comes out.
Yeah, 100%. Because again, Avatar is going to blow everything out of the water. Now, the question I got for you is how much money does Avatar make?
I'm gonna go with 2.2 billion.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you that Avatar is gonna make $1 billion before the year ends.
Ooh. Huh. So you don't think that it's possible that the third one isn't as good and falls off and people don't really mess with it as much?
I'm not saying it's not even a good movie. I'm saying knowing that you have the Avengers trailers coming out and you probably SUPERGIRL trailer out on it. You're going to have all these things coming out. People are already going to buy the Avatar movie. Avatar has not ever had less than $1.7 billion. Now you tell me all these trailers going to be in it, bro. Everybody and mama going to see Avatar.
Yeah, I'm going to see it just for the trailer, to be honest with you. Right? I mean, this one looks good. I didn't think the second one was bad. I hated the first one, right? The first one to me was just like a Ferngully, Dances with Wolves. Yeah, all of these movies combined into one. I really didn't feel it. I think the second one is the same thing, but it was just a little bit better.
A little bit more original. But even though Sigourney Weaver was an 8-year-old woman, an 8-year-old girl when she was like 80 years old.
Yeah. So a little bit more originality in the second one. I think the third one has the opportunity to be really good, but then again, it has the opportunity to be really bad too, right? So
it could be a bad movie and still it's going to be the greatest thing that you ever seen. It's not just be IMAX, it's IMAX 3D that's going to blow the numbers. You remember IMAX 3D? I don't know how much it costs for you. It costs $18 for us for
25.
one ticket, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine how many people are going to see an IMAX 3D. Imagine how that affects the number.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if it's a regular movie, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, it makes $1 billion. No one has doubled the price. So, you know, the last Avatar, Way of Water made 2.34. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you're right. And I agree with you 100%. Like, just because it makes that much money doesn't mean it's great, right? Doesn't mean it's a good movie. We know the Transformer movies made $1 billion. They're trash as well. But, yeah, man, you're right. This movie is just going to make money just by being called Avatar. So
exactly. And I'm saying the price of these tickets are, so we're talking about, you know, the original Jurassic Park. When I saw the original Jurassic Park, it was $6 show. Mm-hmm. It was $6. So for that to make $1 billion is like, wow, that's crazy. You know, this $32 we just said at IMAX in Manhattan. What are we doing? So like, it's literally 6 times the price of one movie. So like, you know, when you compare it, it's not apples to apples. This movie is going to make $1 billion. It's going to make $2 billion. It's going to make $1 billion. If it comes out December 19th, December 31st, it'll be at $1 billion. It'll be over $1 billion. It'll be like 1.3 by the end of the year. Then it's going to do more.
Yeah, 100%. Because of the holidays, people are going to go see this movie. And I'll say this, right? I know they started to do a little bit of resurgence in 3D before Avatar came out. But when Avatar came out in 3D, in IMAX, that was lit, bro. I was like, yo, this thing looks like it's right in front of me. This was fire. The 3D in Avatar, what James Gunn did with the 3D in the first one was absolutely amazing. I even bought it in 3D because 3D TV came out time. I had a 3D TV and I even had Avatar in 3D. Yes, I bought it in 3D. That's how good it was, you know? And it still didn't look as bad. It wasn't obviously just 50-inch TV, right? So it didn't look the same, but the 3D still looked good in DVD. It really still looked good.
It was shot that way. Yeah. James Gunn is doing a great job with the technology. The technology itself makes it worth $1 billion. Then having these trailers, so get you probably another $1 billion.
Agree. Like we have all these little leaks and stuff about Avengers, Doomsday and stuff. Don't give us nothing until that trailer comes out during Avatar, right? Disney, you're smart. So you already know that there's the fans that are going to want to see Avatar, and then you're going to know there's the fans that are just going to see the trailer.
Dude, can you imagine sitting down and seeing Avatar, seeing Avatar and seeing Doomsday trailer, then a Supergirl trailer, and then a Spider-Man trailer?
Facts.
That's worth the mission right there.
100%. 100%. It doesn't get no better than that. Guys, let us know what you think about the box office numbers. Are you interested in Wicked? How much money do you think Zootopia is going to make? How much money do you think Wicked's going to end up with? And do you think Avatar is going to blow every single one of these movies this year out of the water? Let us know what you think. We'll get to the comments real quick, and then we will move on to the next topic. David Quintana said Avatar. Then he said down with the Chiefs, 100%. Will you see Crime 101 in cinema?
It looks interesting, but don't you only got to wait like 2 weeks and you can see it on TV?
Yeah. It depends. You know what I mean? It depends. Your 5 major concerns about Masters of the Universe. Ooh.
Being on Earth way too long.
Facts.
Trying to keep it Earth-based in any way, not getting where you need to get, not having all the characters we want to have, and then writing. That's 5 things.
And then, listen, I get that you may want to, make your own story, but when you start making up characters and stuff like that, that's going to be an issue. You know what I mean?
Battle Cat better be in it.
Battle Cat, yeah, 100%. Is the new Spielberg movie about aliens? Will Josh O'Connor do well in that? I don't know.
Spielberg is supposed to be doing a lot of different things, and that's why I kind of gotta wait and see. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna have from Spielberg, but he's supposed to be involved in multiple movies. Old things coming back.
Yep. Not sure if I'll watch Wonder Man. Well, you're gonna watch it, all right? Because I said you're gonna watch it. Hi.
You watch it. You don't have to like it though. You don't have to like it. Just watch it.
Hi, new Mel sister Vaughn's. Hello. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Absolutely, 100%. I can't believe Now You See Me Now is making more money than Predator Badlands. Not overall.
No,
it's not going to make more money overall, right? Not overall.
Badlands has a chance of making $200 million. But Now You See Me is going to get you about maybe makes you $100 million.
But Badlands had that amazing opening and dropped 80% in the second week. Yeah, that's right. That movie.
All of them dropped that much, unless it's Sinners. Except Sinners.
Usually it's around average. It's 55 to 60%, and Badlands went up to 80.
Thunderbolts. So, was everyone said, and their mama told me that it was great, and I told you it was just okay. Dropped 90%.
Was it 90?
It was ridiculous.
I don't know if it was about 90, but those are big steeps, right? Those are not the normal drops for a movie, right? 80%, 90%. Those are not the normal. It's because the movies are trash. Garbage. Trash. God.
Way more money than anything else is done. Way more money than anyone's done.
That's not saying much when the 2 best ones came out in the 80s. Not saying much. Zootopia will make $1 billion. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Nürnberg is my number 9 movie of the year. Okay, I got you. Now I'm going to say Avatar will make 1.6 billion. Oh, that's way too low.
That's going to make that just internationally.
Yeah, that's
going to make 1.6 billion just internationally.
So far, every Avatar movie has made over 2 billion. Why would you say that this one's not? You know what I mean? Like, what's up, Ace? Said, I say Avatar could make 2.1 billion. Yeah.
That would still make it the lowest grossing Avatar movie. 2.1 will make it the bottom.
Listen. Let's just say this. If Avatar is good, that's what it makes. If Avatar is great, it
breaks the box office.
100%. Because Titanic, right? The reason why it broke the box office is because a lot of people thought it was great, right? If you go look at the first opening couple of weekends, it didn't do so well. But that movie had so much damn legs, right? Because people loved it. It skyrocketed to the number 1 movie of all time. If Avatar is great, there's no stopping it. I don't even think if Doomsday or Secret War is great, it will still make as much money. Let's say
If it's
Doomsday.
great, so remember the first Avatar made $2.9 billion.
Yes.
The second Avatar made $2.34 billion.
Yes.
If it's great, it's making $2.5 billion. I'm just letting you know it's going to make 2.5.
100%. It possibly close to 3 billion, right?
Yeah,
because if it's great and it's making a lot of money, they're not taking it out of theaters. That movie's going to have legs. So that 45 days will not be it will be irrelevant for this movie if it still has legs after 30 days.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, I could definitely see that. And I'm supposed to have the Odyssey trailer and Supergirl. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be back to back trailers that we've never seen. People are going to go just see the trailers.
Yep, 100%. IMAX in NYC costs $32
per ticket.
Damn.
I'm telling you, we reverse engineer how much. Like, you don't need that many people to go see your movie to make this money.
I'm planning on seeing Avatar: Fire and Ash, Dolby Atmos and Dolby Atmos theaters. Also shows in IMAX 3D. Yeah, for me, it's IMAX 3D all day, every day. I'm hearing Supergirl trailers coming out mid-December. Yeah, probably for Avatar
19th.
What's the best way to have a Doomsday and then Supergirl trailer? It doesn't get no better than that.
DC
and you
gets
want
to
it
go
in the movie
right
with
off
the
that
most
back.
size.
DC gets to ride off of the Disney back. So that's smart for them, right?
Yeah, 100%. Avatar is making almost $3 billion. I could definitely see that. Definitely see that. How often do you watch Under Siege? Steven Seagal movie?
It's Steve Seagal.
I'm good.
Exactly. Never even. Not anymore.
Avatar 4 is going to be coming out in the year 2019, and then the last movie in 2031. Yeah, well, I hope I'm alive for that. I hope I'm alive.
Dude, it's too much. This way too much.
Yeah. Movies ain't gonna hit the movies going ain't have the same energy. The last J Park didn't make $1 billion. That is an indicator to me it won't make as much.
Also was only in the theaters for 28 days, Danny.
And was sandwiched between Superman and Fantastic Four. You know what I mean?
They had 2 weeks before Superman came out, and then Fantastic Four came out 2 weeks later, and it only stayed in theaters for 28 days. Jurassic Park would have made $1 billion if it stayed in the movie theaters. It didn't.
Yeah, they got to definitely rethink that model of the 40 days and stuff.
No, but you understand why, right? You understand?
They make they make
more money.
Yeah, they make more money. Don't have to give it to anybody else. So yeah. Checking my email and will write if I have any questions. And thanks so much for a $25 certificate. Means very much to me. Oh, absolutely.
You're welcome. No problem.
The only reason I saw the original Avatar was because it was in 3D. Yeah, and the 3D looked great.
It changed 3D, right? Underwater, you were like, I mean, you look in the trees, you're like, man, I'm here. Things blowing around. I'm trying to grab AWA.
Said, I'm Jewish. Everybody's welcome here, brother. Everybody's welcome. Does not matter.
And that's why I'm talking about Sisu. That's why Sisu's so awesome. You get to kill all this. Man, let's go.
He-Man's mother's from Earth. He is part human. Just saying. I get that. But we don't 15 need minutes, to you can stay on there, though.
Right? For 15 minutes, you can be on Earth. And then let's go.
Well, He-Man was born in Eternia, right? So yes, the fact that she was from Earth, I get it. But He-Man was born in Eternia. If I have 30, 45 minutes of him hiding out in Earth and they have to go find him in Earth and bring him back to Eternia, that's going to piss me off. I'm not going to like that. 100%. That's going to annoy me. Just leave it in Eternia. That's all you had to do. You can talk about his Earth roots and leave it at that. We don't need
go
to
get
see
him 15, 20 minutes. Let's understand what's going on, understand what he's doing, and let's go.
Yeah, that too is fine. You know what I mean? Hey, He-Man, we need your help. Or Prince Adam, we need your help. Come, and then pull him through a porthole, and that's all we see of it. Okay, I'm good. But if we get this whole this is how he lived on Earth type of thing, and he's this geeky guy or this or that, and all that trash. Nah, don't give me that. I'm late. What's going on, chat? Hey, just glad you're here, brother. Just glad you're here.
Have a lot of fun.
I think that certificate may expire already, but I will contact Fandango Amazon when I can. That's terrific, and thanks. I'm truly honored. Everything.
Just let me know. Also, if anything goes wrong, you email me back, and I got you.
We are honored to have you guys here chatting with us this early morning, right? The pleasure is all ours. You know what I mean, guys?
100%.
Let's not get it twisted, all right? We love doing this shit. It's fun, but the pleasure is us, right? We appreciate you guys more than anything. Collector Movie Man said, I love Titanic. I watched it recently and I watched it last night. And then he sent me a
Really?
picture of his Titanic set that he had. Yeah, fire, Collector.
I
Glad
like
you
that
like it.
collector.
Not my
She
movie,
should have
but
moved over. She should have moved over on the door. It was a full
she
door.
had
She is 5'2". Y'all, they could have both been on the damn door.
she
Made no
had
sense.
enough room.
You're
3 hours.
terrible, Rose. You're terrible.
3 hours will stop it. The reason why the first Avatar made so much money because it released 10 times in theaters. Yeah, it did, but the first run gave
Still
it the
made.
#1 movie of all time.
Yep.
The first run,
The
right?
reason why it got re-released because other the other Avengers movies were coming out and they had to get their title back. So,
Yeah.
oh man, you do this.
Yeah. Honestly, you are all amazing.
Yeah, no, you guys
appreciate
are.
you, man. Appreciate you. I don't have faith. I don't have y'all faith in Avatar. I'm leaving out that James Cameron cheated. He re-released it after Endgame surpassed him. That's cheating.
No, and you're right, but it still was over $2.5 billion that first time.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Right?
It was already over that.
I think that's what we're all seem to be forgetting is that like that first run made it the #1 movie of all time. The re-releases added to it, and then the last re-release was just to beat Endgame. That's the only reason why they brought it out. It was to beat Endgame. It was a little rivalry that they were having, and I'm down for it, right? Because I want Doomsday to give it a run for its money when it comes out next year.
Doomsday does.
I mean?
Oh boy. You know, because everyone say I don't feel the hype from Doomsday, but I can tell you this much: if it keeps on going where it's going, all of a sudden we're gonna turn around and it makes $2 billion.
Absolutely, absolutely. Spielberg's June movie is rumored to be Robopocalypse. Ooh, that would be interesting. I mean, I think he did AI, right? He did that, not AI.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, AI. Yeah. You know what? I know a lot of people hated AI. I didn't think that movie was that bad. Right, I get it. There were some things in the movie, but for me, the emotional stuff with that kid really hit me, man. That really hit me when he was screaming, "Mom, please don't let me go." That hit me, and then when he realized he wasn't original and he was just sitting on the ledge and fell over, that hit me. But I can understand why people didn't really like that movie. Go ahead.
Yeah, but look at what it looks like now. It looks like he was a visionary. He knew exactly where we were going to all this AI stuff. And have the feelings and man, come on.
Yeah, I agree. The reason why that Jurassic Park movie didn't do well is because it was a total waste of crap. Yeah, it wasn't good either. I thought Avatar 2 was the last Avatar movie. No,
they're gonna squeeze that orange until they're gonna squeeze the orange. They're gonna make compost out of it, and they're gonna use it for something else. Like they're gonna use it forever.
Facts, 100%. I think Now You See Me 3 and Predator Badlands internationally will both end up around 210, possibly.
That's what I said. Worldwide, I think about $200 million people end up getting. Rental
Family was terrific. If He-Man is on Earth more than 30 minutes, I'm walking out. Preach. Preach. Because that means 30 minutes of no action, nothing going on, just watching around him. Nah. Just give He-Man some blue pants and a ponytail and set it in space. That'll work. Go to box office analyst Paul. I won't pronounce the last name, and he is upset that Wicked is not completely reporting their numbers.
They're not. They are. So the numbers that we've gotten so far this week have not all been reported, and they've. I don't think we got anything since Tuesday, honestly. So, but when we look at it Monday, I'm telling you the number's going to be over $400 million.
I agree. They wait until high estimates come in and then they make their projected high and then they lower it weeks later. I think they do that with a lot of movies, though. It's not just Wicked. You know what I mean? I want to see Rental Family. I'm happy to hear it's pretty good. Okay.
I've heard really good things about it too, honestly. I'm sorry. But Brendan Fraser, I'm here for Brendan Fraser. That's what it is.
Absolutely. I won't like that either. F's Eternia or bus, 100%. Yeah. And I will accept other Eternia adjacent lands and planets. No, I will too. As long as it's not Earth.
As long as it's in space. Let's go.
Yes, just keep because we don't want He-Man to feel real world, right? We don't want it to have this Earth element like
I
that.
don't want it on Earth. That's all I don't want. I don't want it on Earth. Go somewhere else. I don't care where it is.
Same here. No, Fernando, there will be 2 more Avatar movies after this one. Yep, unfortunately. Chop Jaw better be in the He-Man movie. Facts.
Dude.
Chop Jaw, Beastman, Man at Arms. I want like
you're not gonna get all of them. I'm just gonna let you know you're not gonna get all.
Yeah, I know. But at least give us 5 good ones. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Let us know what you guys think, right? Are you guys interested in the box office numbers? Let us know in the comments. We are going to move on to the next topic. This one is one of the ones y'all been waiting for. Let's go.
All right, guys, we're gonna go through this a little bit faster than usual. I'm gonna read through this because I need to get to the last topic. James Gunn shares update on DCU's Slate and Batman Part 2, hints at Supergirl trailer release. DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn has shared updates from the DCU Slate heading into 2026 and reveals how work is progressing on Man of Tomorrow and the Batman Part 2. Plus, will Supergirl's trailer land soon? We're approaching 3 years since DC Studios first announced the Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate. A lot has changed since then, but James Gunn and Peter Safran have delivered 3 critical hits with Creature Commandos, Superman, and Peacemaker. 2026 is shaping up to be a big year for DCU. Supergirl, Lanterns, Clayface are all on the way, and in production will begin on Man of Tomorrow and the Elseworld movie Batman 2. The Batman 2. In the first half of the year. Responding to fans on social media about what the average day of DC Studios co-CEO looks like, Gunn shared an update of all these projects. The fun of the job is there's no average day, the filmmaker wrote. The majority of the days are spent prepping for Man of Tomorrow, storyboarding, and department meetings and scouting and casting. Interspersed with going over cuts of Supergirl and Lanterns, discussing the marketing of all the projects, reading and making notes of the new scripts. James Gunn also added that he's supporting the Batman 2 crew to make sure it goes smoothly, waiting for the first cut of Clayface, can't wait, okay designs and all stuff, and I'm sure many other things if I'm forgetting. Okay. Later, James Gunn liked a post talking about the Supergirl trailer, leaving many fans convinced that it's going to be with us imminently. As a reminder, the movie is set to have the presence at the upcoming CCXP event in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which takes place between December 4th and 7th. With that in mind, it seems like likely we're going to get a Supergirl sneak peek sooner rather than later. However, with this being Thanksgiving break weekend, we would bet on the dropping before Hollywood is back to work, which is be early next week after the holiday. And Supergirl travels across the galaxy to celebrate her 21st birthday with Crypto, the Superdog. Along the way, she meets a young woman named Ruthie that winds up on a murderous quest for revenge. The cast includes Millie Alcock as Supergirl, Eve Ridley as Ruthie, Maynold as Matthias Schoenaerts as the Krim of the Yellow Hills, Jason Momoa as Lobo, David Krumholtz as Zor-El, Emily Beecham as Oren Z, Ferdinand Kingsley as Elias Knoll, Craig Gillespie directs the script by Anna Nugarella. Supergirl.
All these damn names, eh?
Yeah, I was like, Supergirl arrives in theaters June 26, 2026. So
I'm glad it was you and not me, because I would have butchered every single names. I would have butchered every single one.
Oh man, what do you think about this? So, are you excited about the Supergirl stuff? What do you think about the fact that Batman 2 and that now Gunn is supporting the Batman 2? Is that news to you?
Not really. I think he's an idiot for supporting it, but I get it. It's a DC. You know what I mean? He's head of the studio. He got to support it. I think we should put it on the back burner. We should never see the Batman 2 ever again. That's just my opinion. Unfortunately, I know that is not going to happen. Now, the Supergirl stuff is very interesting to me. The only thing I would say is I like Lobo as the villain,
Mm-hmm.
but I would have liked him more in a Superman movie. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? As the villain in a Superman movie. And after seeing what he did with Supergirl in the Superman movie, I'm very iffy and concerned that he may decide this is the Superman character where I can go extremely jokey with. And that's
Oh,
the problem.
it's going to be. I mean, you saw how she came in with the drunk
Mm-hmm.
acting and all that stuff in her 21st birthday. There's
And
going to be a lot of jokey stuff in it, and I worry about where the movie is placed, honestly.
yeah, me too. Me
Because
too. And
we look at June 26th, June 26th, 2026, the movies that are coming out. So Masters of the Universe comes out June 5th, right?
mm-hmm.
Something else comes out. The new the Spielberg movie comes out June 12th. The one we're talking about, Scary Movie comes out the same time in June. Toy Story comes out the first week of July. It is like surrounded by all these things. So, like, my question is, are people even going to go see Supergirl, or does it get buried? And should they move it, especially if it's done?
Mm-hmm. James Gunn is putting a lot of eggs in one basket on this Supergirl movie, right? And for me, I don't think that should have been the movie that we should be getting. And I guess I get because of the Batman coming out, you don't want to have a Batman movie, but it should have been Wonder Woman. If that's the case, then you should have gave us the second movie should have been a Wonder Woman movie. Then you give us the Batman 2, and then you go into your Batman movie after the Batman 2, right? Now, the problem is, if the Batman 2 does well, do you start considering the Batman 3? Right?
No,
And
you know what's going to happen, right? This is why they're
what's
not
that?
going to release casting on the Batman until the Batman 2 comes out.
Because they're going to use Pattinson in that universe?
Because if the Batman, understand this, guys, if you guys go and see the Batman 2 and it makes $1 billion, Robert Pattinson's going to be your Batman going forward.
Oh, 100%.
Because you can do it. Robert Pattinson's 40 years old. It doesn't seem that way, but he's 40 years old. So he could be an older Batman. He could still do that.
The only problem I would have with that now is that you have to put in an explanation as to why he's this Batman. And you know what I mean? Because you can't have the Batman and the DCU in the same universe. It just, the continuity doesn't work. Right,
They're going to make it mix. They're going to make it mesh. They're going to say that superheroes will always existed, and they'll bring them together. Exactly what Nzo doesn't want to happen will happen.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. Now, unless they do something in the Batman 2 where it's like more fantastical, and you know what's funny about it too, right? Is you could still do that, right? You could still make it a little bit more fantastical and still be kind of realistic. Daredevil, I think, does that in a good way, right? I think Daredevil,
magic still exists. They tell you magic
yeah.
exists.
Yeah, right. So Daredevil does it in a way where it's gritty, down to earth, but you still get the fantastical levels in Daredevil, right? I think the Batman could have done that too. I just think they went more of a real life element then. But if you do the Batman 2 and you kind of put it in slowly, you could do that. It could work.
What are they doing with Clayface? You know what I'm saying? That's my point. If you're doing a Clayface movie,
yes,
this is how this all kind of starts to mix. Okay, first off, I don't want James Gunn to touch him Clayface, and he's making the whole movie, right? So that's always already a problem. But he is going to start, if he starts to bring that part in there, right? So we have that elevating with Clayface. Robert Pattinson's Batman, the Batman 2 does $1 billion. You start merging those two worlds.
See,
indeed, he doesn't have to be your main Batman because he's now the older Batman, and we can start going Batwing. You know, Damian could be in there. You can start doing all them. Nightwing.
I would say this. I think because I know if they do Clayface in the Batman 2, it's going to be a real life stuff, right? But you could have it at the end where he kind of starts to turn into Clay, and then in his Clayface movie, have the same actor playing where he's fully, Clayface, and you have the supernatural element. That way it kind of combines the Batman into that, and then it's a seamless transition bringing the Batman into the DCU, right? Because I don't think Matt Reeves ever really wanted to make a part 2 to the Batman, if I'm not mistaken. So if that's the case, he's not doing a part 3. You know that, right? So
what if he passes it along? What if he says, "Okay, this is what I'm doing, but I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to the DCU to decide what the DC Studios now can do it, and I'm going to pass it to Pattinson and Robert Pattinson and let him be the older Batman, and go with a younger group because we have a younger Superman, we have all this stuff, and the older Batman kind of bridges the gap. They can do that. They bring the Bat family out.
Yeah, and it's funny. I think that I don't think they're going to do that because we already heard rumblings of casting for his Batman. So I don't think they're going to go that route. But you are correct. This is another thing that they could have did with the Zack Snyder stuff. It's the same thing that you could do with the Matt Reeves stuff, right? All the stuff we talked about that you could have did with the Snyder stuff, you could do it with the Matt Reeves stuff. So you could find a way to incorporate it without saying this is just an Elseworld thing. But again, I think they want to do more Elseworld stuff. So I think Batman is just the first of that, and then you can keep it separate. But I just think you get too convoluted. You confuse people when you're doing all of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you want to give us, let's say we're going to do an Elseworld Wonder Woman and then give us a real Wonder Woman. You're going to give us an Elseworld Superman, but then have this Superman. I just think it gets too far if you do all of that stuff. So you got to tighten it up. Tighten the ship.
I agree. And that's the worry I have with all DC, because with the selling of DC and we're us not knowing who's going to have the highest bid, you have to James Gunn has to make sure that the movie hits. So though we both think that we should want Wonder Woman, the fact that Wonder Woman is probably going to be announced in a trailer or an end credit scene of Supergirl is going to kind of help it too. Because if you really want to know who this Wonder Woman is going to be, you got to see Supergirl to see it. That should help. But I do worry to wait about June 26th. That does not look like a good time. That it could get his knees cut out from it immediately. From Toy Story 5.
Facts.
Scary movie. Masters of the Universe beforehand. Like, it's just so many things. And I don't know if it's a blockbuster on that level. And it's dangerous to put it there.
I agree. 100%. I agree with you 100%. 100%. It's iffy when you do that. And then you have this movie that, I'm not going to say that the sale of Warner Brothers depends on this movie, but I think it's a big thing where someone who's buying it is going to wonder if this is profitable or not. That's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm right there with you, brother.
All right. Well, this is what we're thinking about this whole thing. Supergirl, the Batman. It's going to be crazy. The Lanterns being pushed back to August. All these things are happening a lot in DC, and hopefully he knocks out of the park. But if not, we're going to be back to the drawing board. But that's what we think. Let's see what you guys think. Let's look at these comments real quick.
Yes, sir.
My opinion, James Cameron is a toxic male mode, and he bashed movies not playing in 2000 cinema. He means how he lost his Hurt Locker and his ex-wife Catherine Bigelow. Yeah, he is kind of butthurt.
Read that one.
Yeah, definitely. I like hearing about the box office and how movies are doing. It's going to change. It's going to change, collective, because I don't know if box office is going to get the same numbers that they deserve to get.
Facts.
Edgar says, I love seeing collector movie man discuss Titanic and various movies.
Absolutely.
If they get bats wrong, they are done. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It says, thank you, Acres of Movies. If you run a studio and make Thundercats, what are your budget and how much? How do you do it? How do you approach it? Do you go live action Thundercats? I think you have to go live action Thundercats.
I think you go live action. I think you can actually do a great live action Thundercats with about $150 million. I think you could do a good one.
Who's Lionel?
Ooh, Jonathan Majors.
He's gonna make Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. I'm
I
good.
love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. Jonathan Majors is Lionel. Not just because it's Jonathan Majors, but I think Jonathan Majors has the body type. You know what I mean? That could pull off a Lionel, right? When I
Wow.
see him in Creed, I was like, yeah, he could pull off a Lionel. What about you? Who you taking?
Oh my God. I definitely wasn't thinking Jonathan Majors. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are big. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. I have no idea where I would go. You know what I'm thinking color wise? If The Rock wasn't so old, but
Okay,
he's
yeah,
old
yeah,
now.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he's
yeah,
older.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
go
yeah.
Jason Momoa because of that? Well, as Lionel, and you don't have to have the best acting of it, but
No,
Thundercats has to be fun, and
yeah,
Jason
yeah,
Momoa is fun no matter
yeah,
what he
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
maybe that,
I
maybe him.
I think you use and I don't remember that. I know there was a comic little character like Jokey. I think that's who you make Jason Momoa. I think you make him the comedy, right? The comedy guy, that the wise cracking Thundercat, because I think he was, as a villain, he was great in X. I thought he was funny. I think he did a good job, so I could see that. One of the reasons why I picked Jonathan Majors too is because I went with not just the body type, but actually acting
Character,
ability as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you
because
need
he's going to
someone
be
who's going to
leading,
be, yeah, you have to be able to
able to
believe
lead.
him as a leader.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that's a good question.
I can't wait for Supergirl and Batman 2.
We
Says,
know.
yeah. Make Office Space 2 and Napoleon Dynamite 2. No, you don't need Napoleon Dynamite 2. Office Space 2, maybe.
Definitely not.
Definitely not Napoleon Dynamite 2. No.
No.
Fernando says, I think Supergirl is going to be better and make more money than Superman.
Interesting. I don't
I
think so.
hope you're right, but when I look at the movies around it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it.
Mm-hmm. Listen, we always say this, right? A lot of us here, especially here on the Rewind, we love Marvel, but we want to see DC shine too, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to see DC shine. And if you do something like what James Gunn is doing with Supergirl, it feels like I know you trying, but you're not doing it. And it's messed up to say, because we ain't showrunners or anything like that, to say that someone is doing it wrong. But technically, you're doing it wrong. You need Batman and Wonder Woman in those first three movies. You
Yeah.
just need them. Out of
These are
anybody
not
else, you need those
C-list.
three.
These are not C-list characters, In Marvel, Marvel started off with C-list characters, so it doesn't matter what you had in there.
Yes,
There's no
they had no
A-list.
choice.
There's no higher A-list than Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. There's no one higher. Maybe Spider-Man's
100%.
on that level. That's it. It's them three and Spider-Man. That's it. A-list.
And let's be real. If Marvel had Spider-Man, Spider-Man would have been the first movie to kick off the MCU. Honest to God, it would have been Spider-Man, because that was their most popular, most money making. It would have been Spider-Man. They didn't have him, so they had to go another route, and they went with Iron Man, right? But it would have been Spider-Man.
So Office Space 2 is a great idea. Not all of our Gunn's humor hits. Tone is down. I don't like Gunn's humor. It doesn't hit for me specifically.
Me neither.
I look at what he does. I think it's too silly. It's funny because I'm saying this about a fictional character. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime
I'm right there with you.
Don't go full Taika. Don't go full James Gunn.
I am right there with you. I think that James Gunn has a way of going way too far with his humor, and that's one of the problems that I think I'm going to have with Supergirl. He's going to go way too far with the humor on that one.
So I definitely will be seeing Supergirls in theaters because it's my number 2 movie of next year.
So will I.
I'm going to see it in theaters, but I have like 7 movies in front of it.
I'm seeing it in theaters for sure.
People are sleeping on Mxyzptlk. He's one of the most powerful DC characters because he's pure evil and more jokey. He isn't a complete killer. If they make him mean, he would be a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
The Batman situation sounds like a mess because it is a mess. Misleading
Agreed.
title, but good movie. I recommend The Spanish Prisoner, the only really dark, malevolent role from Steve Martin. This is what he needs to do or have done more of. Enjoy the movie if you see that first. Okay.
Interesting.
And Fernando, they can make that chap from part 1 of Office Space, the new CEO of Initech, and have a new story and bring back Gary Cole and Lundberg and everyone. Yeah, you guys have a great day. I'm about to watch Lost Bus on Apple TV. It's a movie with Matthew McConaughey. Okay. See you later, Collector.
Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated.
Because he doesn't want to see what we're going to see with Stranger Things. That's going to be a big thing. A live action crisis movie with the Gunverse, Snyderverse, and Matt Reeves universe would be dope. And reset everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I hear
that would
you.
be
I
good.
see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's too early to do that, though. You know what I mean? It's
if they
too
sell
early
it
to do that.
If they're selling the thing, and I have a problem.
Yeah.
That.
And then you could bring the gun stuff in it as well. And yeah, I agree with you.
So Thundercats got to be a trilogy.
Agreed.
I just want give me Thundercats first, and then let's go.
Facts.
You know, them with Thunderer and them leaving the planet after it explodes. That'll be the first movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or no, it doesn't have to be the first movie. That could be a second movie. It could be you could go back and see how they got to they were going. Without having the negativity of it. Yeah.
Agreed.
Gus says, I think $90 million for Thundercats and cast unknown actors. Studio spends too much money on popular characters, and the films go triple plastic.
Agreed. Yeah, I agreed. I think that, and I think right now with what happens with Jonathan Major, he's not really in high demand. You could get him at a low price, right?
No, you couldn't.
Yeah,
not that low. Not that low.
No, not that low, but you could still get about maybe 15 million, 20 million.
That's too much. As we're saying, if you're going to spend $90 million on a movie, you can't spend $15 million on one character.
You can if you go real low with the rest of them.
But that's the problem. Your budget's going to have to be low, and I need you to spend money on this movie.
No, I agree.
I've been waiting for a live action Thundercats since I was 7 years old. I'm 43. That's what I'm saying. Second movie, they land on the third Earth and fight the mutants.
Yeah.
I like where you're going, Danny. I like it.
Now's the time. We have the technology and everything to do it right. Now's the time to get a Thundercat movie.
The third movie, Space Mumra. That would be the perfect trilogy. Okay.
Agreed.
So bring back Vicky Vale.
Nah. Why?
Yeah, no. So Panther would be black, right? 100%. And that's who Jonathan Major should be.
Nah. Listen. And I thought you were gonna go with the colored face thing and be like, oh, you know what I mean? But hey, we don't know what color Lionel is. So he could be a black man. Panther could be a black man. Shit, the whole cast could be black for all I care. I'm good with it.
I'm gonna say this. You have to be a great leader. That's what it has to be. You have to be one of those guys that we look at you and you're the leader. You're that dude. And I don't care what we don't. Why is I don't need every character to be black or white.
Yeah, me neither.
Give me a Hispanic character. Give me a Hispanic one.
Yeah. 100%.
Make him Brazilian.
I just say black because I'm looking out for my people. You know what I mean? The Hispanics can look out for their own people. You know what I mean? The Asians
go Puerto Rican, man. What are you talking about? That's everybody. That's measure all of us. Let's go.
Yeah. Puerto Ricans can look out for their own. I'm looking out for me. Black people. That's what I'm saying.
And you ain't been in New York. Black people and Puerto Ricans are like this.
I'm sure they are.
The only way to cast a popular character is if they give the actors back points on the film. That's probably right.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe Glenn Powell. I don't hate Glenn Powell, but I want him to be my Cyclops. So that's why I'm not going to say yeah.
Agreed. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the next topic, the final topic. And this one is going to be a doozy. So stick around because, boy, if you haven't been watching, I don't know where you've been, but let's do it. All right.
This is it. Final topic.
Of course, it is going to be about Stranger Things because Stranger Things has pretty much blown up. This is what everybody has been waiting for. You know what I mean? We finally got the first half of the final season. So let me read this article real quick. It says Stranger Things 5 spoiler interview. Duffer Brothers explain shocking Volume 1 ending revelations about Will and Max and the return of Spoiler. All right. So let's see. Spoiler alert. This story contains spoilers from season 5, volume 1. So if you don't want to read the spoilers, you guys can check out. But I think we've all watched Stranger Things, considering that it broke Netflix. I think we all watched Stranger Things. So
Yeah.
the battle that concludes volume 1 of Stranger Things 5 in The Sorcerer, written and directed by Matt and Ross Duffer, it appears at first all is lost. The murderous creatures of the Upside Down have breached the military zone and begun a massive slaughter of the soldiers who've underestimated their foes. Elsewhere, Robin and Murray try to bring some of the endangered school children of Hawkins to safety in a truck as they're chased by demogorgons. Meanwhile, the good guys' biggest asset, 11 and Hopper, are in a base in the Upside Down where they made an important discovery. 8. One of the other telekinetic kids from the Hawkins lab experiment with whom 11 bonded in season 2 is alive and being held. So let me say this first. I think that was a great flashback. I finally got to see, you know what I mean? At least some, because I know a lot of people didn't like that episode, and at least we got some closure to that episode, you know? So.
And you can bring it forward to the storyline that makes a lot of sense now, because we need more power. Where are you going to get the firepower from? They did it by giving someone a little bit more extra power that's always kind of been there underlining, and bringing back someone that we just had a dead end. We never knew anything else that happened to 8.
Absolutely, 100%. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it goes into the episode and stuff. So if you guys want to know about that, you can watch it. But it says here, in the long interview with the Duffer Brothers for Variety October 15 cover story, Ross Duffer said, "We've been talking about Will having powers for as long as I can remember." Below, the Duffers delve into what those powers are, the season's opening flashback sequence, and why climax of Sorcerer, and that one liner was a logistical that most different things we've ever seen, whatever. How they deployed Max, the return of 8, the attack on Wheeler's house, and much, much more. So basically, they have a questionnaire where it says we have to start with Will. Does Will have 11 powers, or is it something different?
Something different. It's totally something different.
It's different in that he is able to channel Vecna's powers, but they're all related. Vecna and 11, their powers are similar. The powers aren't within him. He's able to channel these powers from Vecna and use it sort of puppeteering. He taps into the hive mind, and then he can manipulate anything within the hive. You'll see how far he can take it as you continue to watch, but that's how he's able to manipulate the monsters so he can open a door because the door is not part of the hive mind. That's very interesting. What are your thoughts on that?
So
Brian?
this is me and you talked about the Mind Slayer, right? That's really the control. That's really the hive mind and Vecna. And now they're two parts of the same power. Now, is it possible that Will can control the Mind Slayer and use the Mind Slayer to kill Vecna?
See,
So
I know
11 fighting on one end, and then Vecna on the other, and then using the Mind Slayer, and then the Mind Slayer takes over Will as his avatar, and in the last movie, they have to kill Will, who is now the living embodiment of the Mind Slayer.
See, that's an interesting theory that you have there. I see it differently. I think that the kids are actually going to have to team up to fight the Mind Slayer. I think the Mind Slayer is going to be the big villain towards the end. I think that's what's there, because it's all leading to them bringing that into the real world, right? It's not about Vecna. Vecna's the vessel for the Mind Slayer. So I think it's going to end where
Is he really the fact because they're partners in a lot of this, but Vecna is his own choice. He's his own entity. So they're two parts of the same coin, but I don't think he's actually working for the Mind Slayer, but the Mind Slayer is part of what they're doing. So they're similar, but they're not the same. And that's where I think it's a little bit different for it. I think I actually had something that because of that. Let me see. The difference between the Mind Slayer and Vecna. Let's see. I keep saying Mind Slayer is Mind Flayer and Vecna. Mind Flayer. So there you go. The Mind Flayer is not Vecna, and they're not the same thing. That's the biggest thing. So it's basically the chicken or the egg. You muted. That's the problem, Nzo. You muted. There you
go. Yeah. So what I was saying is that's where that comes into. Let me just make sure my mic is good. But I think that's where it comes into where I'm saying I think that after all of this, everything has been hinting to them bringing the Mind Flayer into the real world. I think he's been using Vecna as a as like a vessel to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Because there's this one thing, and this is the one reason why I believe, because when Max was hiding out in that cave and Henry walked over there and they showed the fear in Henry, they're saying that is where he originally gets abducted. So if you know about the play, right, the play shows you that he was abducted to that place by the Mind Flayer. He got his powers and then went back into the real world. And that's when he started doing the stuff to kill his parents and all that stuff and acting crazy. So I think that what's going to happen is that he is end up going to be the one to be redeemed. And the three of them are going to help stop the Mind Flayer from coming into the world.
I think they're going to kill him first. In the second half, they kill him. But it's interesting what you're saying, because you remember what we're going to find out is that Vecna, Joyce, and Hopper were all in. I think
knew each other
together. We're all in school together, and that's where you're going to find out. That's going to be their connection. That they were always meant to be there together.
Yes.
So they always. So that's why Vecna looking at the 11, but that's really Hopper's adopted daughter or whatever, and then Will, which is Joyce's son. That he knew them, and maybe they were mean to him or something, and maybe this is always a payback. So that, and I don't have a hard time believing they're going to forgive him, and I don't think they need to. Now that 8's involved, because you have 11, and now you have 8, and now Will has his powers that we don't need Vecna, but they have enough to kill Vecna, and then they're going to have to use all 3 of them to kill the Mind Flayer, which is going to be a problem.
You see, and that's where I go with, right? Because I think you're right. I think you're going to find out that they might have been mean to him high school. And I think towards the end, she's going to realize, or one of them, I think more the mom than anything, is going to realize that, hey, we went to school with Henry, and oh, Henry, I'm sorry, blah, 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 my daughter needs help, them kind of ways. And then Henry's going to turn around and be like, redeem himself. And you're right. I don't think he needs to redeem himself, but I think he's going to do it by sacrificing himself. He's going to die 100%. But I think he's going to do it by sacrifice to save everybody, to save Hawkins. So
the problem I have with him redeeming himself is that the idea that because of Max, and how Max, he's in this position right now because of him. And he tried to kill her, and he tried to hunt her down to kill her. So I think Max is the reason that he's doing it. Like, they're fighting, and Max is going to be the last straw that allows them to kill him. And that's her redemption. And she's able to return back to life because of it.
You think?
And now you're going to have Max go on with Lucas, and they actually they're the only ones that get the happy ending. And I think we're going to have a lot more death going forward.
So what I think Max is going, obviously she's going to come out of that coma, but I think it's going to be when when we see the Mind Flayer, not the Mind Flayer, but the Demigorgon's chasing him and he hiding her and stuff like that. I think that's around that time she's going to come out. A little bit after that, or maybe during that time, she's going to find a spot, going to play the music, continue to play the music for her, and she's going to find her way, right? So I think that's what's going to happen, because I think they need, and he said it, we need all of us, right, to help fight this. And I think all of us includes Vecna. I really do, because I think
if all of us meant Vecna got to go. Then we ain't gonna win. The world ain't going to win.
Vecna's gonna die.
He has to die by my hands. That's what I'm saying.
Vecna's gonna die. I think he's gonna die with the sacrifice, though.
Here's the thing: it's because Hopper. I think so. Who's gonna die? Who do you believe dies?
Listen, I think the way they foreshadowed, it's either gonna be 11. I think 11 could possibly die. I think it could be Will, who possibly dies as well. Harper could go, right? Like, there's so many people that you could see that could die, right? And I don't see it being. I see it being one of those. One of the main characters, right? I don't see it being what's the Hellfire kid's name? His name's missing my mind right now. Dustin, yeah, that's it. I don't see it being Dustin, right? I don't see it being the black guy. His name's slipping my mind too. Lucas, thank you. I don't see it being Lucas or Max. Anybody else I see going. Okay. Right? Okay. Even as the teenagers, I see anybody else going. The older ones, I see anybody else going. I love the fact that Max came in as the muscle in that episode, though. I was like, oh yeah, watch Max walking in, like, you know what I mean? Because we remember these were the kids we followed. They were all nerdy. They were getting Lucas, yeah, sorry.
He came in, he was like,
yeah.
But you know, he was on the basketball team. He was looking like, hey, bro, back up.
Lucas came strutting his ish, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, I'm digging it, you know. So I like what they're doing with him, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with this. Okay. I think both Will and 11 both live, and I think Mike dies.
Yeah, Mike was the name I was thinking about. Yeah, Mike.
So Mike somehow dies. Okay. I think Lucas and Max live, right? I think Steve saves Dustin and saves his life. Steve dies. Okay. The way I think Will doesn't die is because I believe Jonathan sacrifices himself for his brother, because he always has blamed himself for not being there. He worked that late shift when Will was taken. So I think Jonathan dies. So his older brother dies. I think we only gonna get, and I think Hopper tries to sacrifice himself, but somehow ends up living. Like he's like almost dead, but because they did that whole thing. I had the bombs in my chest. You wouldn't do that in the first part and then kill him in the second part. I think that he's going to want to sacrifice himself for 11, but not be able to. So the only person I don't know, does 11 die or does Mike sacrifice himself for them? But I think 11 might sacrifice himself at the end to kill the Mind Flayer.
I would think more 11. You know what I think? And honestly, I know this is a stretch because, again, I'm still going on the fact that Vecna redeems himself. I think it could be possible where Vecna, 11, 8, and Will's the one with the powers?
Yep.
They all have to sacrifice themselves to stop the Mind Flayer. All of them, right? So they all have to go into the upside down or whatever, and all of them have to sacrifice themselves, because if 11 survives, she is going to be hunted by the government for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? So I could actually see the way they end this is all of them with ability have to go.
But no one knows about Will. Will dying would be really messed up. But the thing about Will is he doesn't have a place. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in love with Mike. Mike's in love with 11.
Right. So here's the thing. We have two foreshadowings, right? We have two foreshadowings in this series. We have one where 11 and Mike or Will, whichever one, that confused me. Where 11 and Mike are talking about their future.
Yep.
Right? that was a foreshadowing that someone is not going to make
One
it
of
to
them is
that
not going to make it to that. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
One of them is not going to be able to do that. Yeah.
Yes. And then the second one was when he came out, right? And the girl was telling him, "Oh, I didn't
Well, he
know
didn't
who
really
I
come
was
out.
until." Yeah, no, I know. But when she's explaining how she came out, right?
Yeah.
Where she was telling, and she was giving him that story, and I know that gave him motivation to realize who he was and be able to use the power. But I also think that's another foreshadowing as to him might not being able to make it past this season. So
Well, I mean, even his conversation he said with his mother, you can't continue to protect me. I have to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. I have to be able to do all these things. That just makes me feel like Will's going to have that chance to die. But does someone die for Will? That's what I'm saying. Like, Will's going to go towards death. But does Jonathan, his older brother, who blames himself, sacrifice himself for it?
You know what?
I feel like they've
could
kind of
see them.
that always. They've done that,
I could see them, but I also don't see any of them older ones really dying. I don't know. I get what you're saying, but
because they hated him, and he's the popular one. They're gonna kill off Steve somehow. And then Steve is jealous of Jonathan and Nancy's relationship. Steve's gonna die, and then he's kind of making fun of Dustin, but he's going to be the one. He's going to sacrifice himself for Dustin. So Steve dies, no problem, because no one's hurt from it. Steve dies. It's like, oh no, the popular kid. He has a redemption arc. He's actually a good person.
I see there being death, but I don't see there being like a ton of people dying. I see maybe 3 at the most.
Yeah, I think 3. That's what I'm at 3.
You know what I mean? 3 at the most. I think 3 at the most dying. You don't want to have this grim ending where, like, 90%.
Opening.
I get it, but 90% of them dying? No, I can't see that, right?
I want Vector dead. I need all of them dead. Look, it should be 2 kids walking around off to the sunset. That's it. Everyone else, either destroyed or dead.
Oh man, that would be tough, bro. If it's just Max and Lucas, the only 2
There's the only 2 left holding hands, walking to the sunset. Like, this don't need to be remember the ties. Everyone holding hands and hey, goodbye. No, we don't need that. No, it needs to be damn. We somehow sacrifice it.
That would be absolutely crazy. Guys, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about. Make sure to check us out when we do actually talk about the Stranger Things episode. That's going to be interesting. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got a lot of theories and predictions that are going to happen in that. Let us know what you guys think. Did you love Stranger Things? Did you think because I say this, and I said to Bryon backstage.
Who's pissed? Who's pissed off that I went to December 25th? Like, I gotta wait till after I open my damn Christmas presents to watch the rest of Stranger Things? Really? This is what we doing?
Why did they do this? It drives me up a wall. Because when the 4th episode ended, I was like, oh man, that's it. Now I gotta wait till December 25th? Bruh.
Dude, you already waited 5 years. What's another month?
but you don't tease me though, right? You don't give me the first chapter and tease me and then say, you know what, mofos, I almost cursed. You know what, mofos? You gotta wait 2 weeks to see the rest of it. And then we gotta wait another 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? Yeah, another week.
Christmas Eve, so another week. Yeah. Another week
to see the end.
Yep.
We know they're only milking it to keep Netflix relevant. You know what I mean? To keep the Netflix money in there. But come on, guys. Stop doing this to us. Stop it. We don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I have no problem seeing everyone die. If everyone's gone, it's okay.
Wow, you sound like me. You sound like me right now, right? What are you talking about here?
Oh, no. Yep, that's the end of this show, guys, because obviously he's rubbing off me way too much.
And we're going to get into the final comics, guys, and then we are going to close it up for the rest of the night. Let's do it. Read that one. Just looking at Running Man box office, and all I can say is damn. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, damn. Is this what we do here? This is that bad?
I kind of had a feeling it wasn't going to do great anyways. You know what I mean? So let's say Shia LaBeouf never did anything bad and wasn't a canceled guy or anything. What would you want him to have played in DC or Marvel? Nobody.
Nothing. I
I
can't.
don't.
I can't.
I can't stand him. I don't like him. Even without all of that stuff, I don't like him.
I didn't like it in Transformers. I was done. I was like, all right, come on.
Facts. You know what? Before I get into this real quick, because we're talking about I was watching an old Cosby show. Did you know Adam Sandler was in that?
100%.
I completely forgot.
I remember.
I completely forgot he was in there as one of Will's Theo's friends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only watched the first episode and I don't like it. I need a backstory after season 4 with characters, not jumping straight into stuff. What first episode of what? Stranger Things?
Stranger Things. Yeah.
Really? I think Stranger Things did a really good job of getting us to know the characters.
I think so
they
too.
did a good job. I guess you guys will spoil it, so I'm going to have to leave and rewatch the show. Yeah,
100%. Hey, well, I will say you also Alicia Keys was in Cosby Show too.
Yeah. As a little kid. Yeah. That I know. I just don't remember Adam Sandler, right? You know me, the black ones I know. I know the black ones. I keep track of on my black brothers and sisters. You know what I mean?
But not the Jewish guy. Come on,
yeah,
he was obvious.
McConaughey for a Bond villain? I guess.
He's so much of a lover. It's hard. Bond villain, you need to even be British. It's hard being an American.
One thing I'll say is, I don't. Yeah, we kind of just see him as a villain in the Dark Tower. So yeah, all right. I guess he could do one. Favorite Zootopia 2 scene and new characters, bro. I'm 51 years old. You think I'm watching Zootopia?
I'm watching it in about 4 hours.
Best comedy where a person gets new powers or abilities.
Incredible.
Yeah, facts. Hello, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Hey, Maria. Glad you in here.
Robot Chicken Little. Facts. Would you rather go on a dark ride or boat ride for Stranger Things?
Neither.
A dark ride.
I don't want neither.
I do both, to be honest with
you. I could watch it. If I'm in it, I'm gonna kill somebody.
What DCU villain should Christian Bale play? Nothing. Let's get him out of DC.
No, he was great. Gore the God Butcher, they just ruined it in the movie. So in the MCU, he does good with what villain would I want to be?
Christian Bale's a good actor. Don't
He's
get
a
me wrong.
Great actor, but he needed someone with someone with some depth.
Agreed. Something where he can show his chops. You know what I mean? Because I think even with the Batman, Batman really didn't show his chops, bro. You know what I mean? It really didn't show his chops. So I think if you're gonna give him a villain role, you got to give him something. That's why I loved what they did with Jonathan Majors and Kang. Right? I go back to that, but Jonathan Majors is a great actor, and they didn't just waste him on Kang and this. No, he did Victor Timely. He did
they did ruin them because of Ant-Man.
Oh, here we go.
They did it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm trying to end this show. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do this tonight. I'm trying to end this show so that we can go do our thing. So we are not gonna fucking talk about this tonight, Brian. Do not trigger me. All right.
That's what I'm gonna say. Ants.
What are your 3 favorite James Bond movie? Ooh, GoldenEye.
Yeah, that's a good one. GoldenEye is a good one.
Moonraker.
To Die Another Day, maybe.
Yeah.
And I would say as a Bond, I want Idris Elba to be. I love Idris Elba, period, because of Luther, which is very much that the type of thing. Yeah. So I would love that.
Yeah, I would love him to play Bond too. Skyfall. I think
Skyfall's good. Yeah,
Skyfall. Like for the Daniel Craig one, Skyfall is his best one. That was lit. I love that movie. Harper is a dead man. Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah,
Harper. 11 can't die. Laughing my head. Yeah, she can. I think she will.
Going to be.
I would be very pissed if 11 gets unlocked. Yeah. What's up, Mama Bear?
Yeah.
I see you two need someone watching this chat. Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
It
Yes,
was bad.
we got some. Yeah, some swastikas were up in this earlier today. Yeah, 100%. Bryon loves going
Of course.
scorched earth on these shows.
100%.
And he's trying to get me into that, right? He's trying to get me into that talking this crap. I know what he's doing. I'm not falling for it. Danny tried it earlier, and because I encouraged Danny to do it, he's trying to get me on that level.
All we know is ants. That's all.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Robo 1 minute dev. If you're still here, I'm sorry you saw that. That was unacceptable. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you, Mama Bear. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Make sure you're here more often to protect us. All right.
Yeah.
And we have on both channels, so it's my channel and his channel. So you're gonna have to mod on both of us. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, we're not gonna be sitting here and like just modding Spoiler Kings. All right, I'm here too, Mama Bear. I'm here too.
He's the spoiler queen. That's why. No.
Yes, but she was a Biggaford Entertainment before any one of you more efforts. Just letting y'all know that.
True.
All right?
That's true.
She's
found a home.
She always had a home. She always had a home. All right. Akers, Jonathan Taylor would be perfect James Bond, probably. Bale would make a nice Riddler. Oh, yeah.
I think that's a really good one. The Riddler.
I think he would. You think he would? Said, I can easily trigger both of you. We're not doing that, Mama Bear. We're trying to close. We're trying to close. We don't need no triggers. Jonathan Majors could have been this 100%. 100%. Because he's a great actor, right? Like he's a thespian, I would put it. Like a lot of these actors are great, but when you're a thespian, when you can do Broadway, right? A lot of Wait, what is this? What are we looking? Wait, no, hold on. What are you doing? I don't like that face, Brian. Why are you making that face? That's my face. You can't be doing that.
I don't know if he's this generation's Denzel. I think those are big shoes to fill. I'll give you some Wesley Snipes. I'll give you some Denzel. I think Denzel's the greatest actor of our generation, period. Like you can have Daniel Day-Lewis, you could take Tom Hanks, you could take all of them. I'll take Denzel. So I'm not sure I'm going to put Jonathan Majors Denzel.
Make a comment on my channel and I'll fix that real quick, Mads, if you're not. But okay. Oh God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I love Denzel Washington. I think he's absolutely great. I don't think he's the best.
I think he's the best of our generation. I like him more. I like him more than I like anyone else. And he could do so many different type of things.
I think Samuel Jackson is more versatile than Denzel Washington.
Samuel Jackson's just Samuel Jackson every movie. What are you talking about?
He's not
more versatile. He's Samuel Jackson every movie. Didn't you see my movies? This is the way I talk. This is the way I do things.
I think Denzel Washington is more of the only movie he really like. You didn't see Denzel Washington was Malcolm X. Every other movie I see Denzel Washington. John Q's the same as Equalizer.
You think he got games the same as Bone Collector?
Pretty much, yeah.
Fallen's the same as Glory. No, they're not. Like he actually no. He's such a big star. It's hard for you to look, but no, acting wise, no. You tell me Fences is the same as the Pelican Brief, bro? You wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing again. No, he's wrong again, guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's just all say,
yeah, pretty much.
Anzo, you're wrong again. That's okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I think
Philadelphia's the same as the Magnificent Seven. What are we doing?
Pretty much. He's like a Keanu Reeves to me. You know what I mean? I always see Denzel. Like it's the same monotone voice, the same this. Like you got Samuel Jackson who went on there. He did the Kingsmen's or whatever that movie was, right? Totally different from what he did. Snakes on the Plains was the Samuel Jackson. I'm not gonna say that, right? But at the end of the day, I think he's a little bit more versatile. I do. I think Denzel Washington is great, but a little bit overrated.
Oh, you guys are.
Wow. You see,
Exactly.
Danny is right.
Now you
Danny's
know
right.
you're wrong, right?
No,
now
no, no,
you
no,
know
no.
you're wrong.
No. I agree
You
with Hanzo.
know
Samuel's
you're
more
wrong
versatile.
now. Because
Denzel can't.
look, you guys are crazy.
I
You know what?
agree with you
You know what?
100%. And
End
I
the
watched
show.
the video.
End the show.
Hold on.
This is
Hold on.
stupid.
I'll say
This
this.
is
I'll say this
crazy.
before I watch the show. I
This is
seen a
crazy.
video. I seen a video that said Samuel Jackson could probably play every role that Denzel Washington played, but Denzel Washington could not play every role that Samuel Jackson did. I'm just saying.
I've never been more disappointed in my brethren than I am right now. Never.
Yeah, for that. Yes, I said it. Brian has a clip for this take. Yeah, well, it's my week. It's my week, Mama Bear. It's my week, all right? So because it's my week, he can't play it. So next week I'm in trouble. But this week he can't play it. No, he ain't overrated. I don't agree with that statement. I don't mean overrated as in like really overrated. I just think
Larry played Crimson Tide and then Two Guns and then Fallen and then Glory and then the Hurricane in Philadelphia. What are we talking here, guys? What are we doing? And then Macbeth and Bone Collector and then Deja Vu. What are we doing?
I'll give you Macbeth, but everything else is the same. The same mannerism, the same everything. You know what I mean? If you take his speech from John Q and you put it in Remember the Titans, it works. Change the words, it works. Same thing. The exact same speech. The way he gave the speech in John Q is the exact same way he gave the speech in Remember the Titans. I'm just saying.
As you know, sometimes you want to argue points, and sometimes they're so wrong. It's not even worth the argument. It's not worth the argument.
I can't. Listen, I can't because this guy is pissing me off right now. So we are definitely going to close up the show, right? But I just got to make sure that I put this in here real quick. And please tell me I have it in this. I can't remember where I put the video.
It's so funny because you know what's funny? Everyone in the comments just say, Nzo, you're wrong. Nzo, you're wrong. Nzo, you're wrong. Except for Danny. Exactly.
And that's all that matters. Exactly. As long as me and my boy Danny are on the same page, I don't care about what any one of you say. What Brian says, I don't care about what anybody says in this chat. As long as me and Danny are on the same page, right, Danny? We're brothers. We brothers.
Wrong together.
We brothers.
And then you know what, Nzo, you're gonna start watching the Penguin now. All right, I heard it. You heard it here first. He's gonna start watching the Penguin.
No, I'm not.
You say you don't care what Danny says.
No, I'm not. We're not doing that. But guys, this was a great. You see, look, I'm getting the fist bump and everything. Peace, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
you know what?
Give him a little penguin. Give him a little penguin. That's what you want to do. Give him a penguin. He's ready. You ready for it? It's all right.
You see, Danny was my original. Danny was my day one. That's why me and Danny are like this. Unfortunately, Danny still has the worst takes on YouTube. But I'm right there with you, Danny. I'm right there with you, right?
You are.
So
you're right there with you. If it's being the worst takes on YouTube.
If you 1A, I'm 1B. That's why we stick together. We strong, brother. We united in this. All right. All right, look. You see, you really have to go and do that, Danny.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Look at him. Look at him.
You really have to go and do that. Guys, we appreciate you coming in. It was fun. Great show. Make sure to check us out later on tonight where we'll be doing the Bel Air. Danny will be there. Brian will be there. We're going to talk about the first 3 episodes of Bel Air. Mama Bear said, I'm with Brian. You two can be wrong together. You know what?
Oh man,
Mama Bear, you the best. 100%. But you a traitor. All right, you a damn traitor. You left me quick. Boom, bounce. Went over to Spoiler Kings, and now you a Spoiler King. Just remember, original Biggaford Entertainment. All right, and you know what? I think I'm gonna have to get that title back. I really think I'm gonna have to get that title back because I don't like you supporting and agreeing with Brian. Brian, this guy, this one here. No, we ain't doing that. Is it on YouTube? Is what on YouTube? The penguin, Maria. Maria, don't
Go ahead.
waste your time.
Go ahead.
Don't
Go
do
next
it.
thing.
No, you know what? Hold on. I
No,
never
go
done
ahead,
this before, but I'm gonna mute this guy real quick, right? Because we don't need to hear his voice, all right? Especially when it comes to the penguin. We are not doing that, Maria. Trust me when I tell you, you do not want to watch the penguin, all right? Trust me. Take my advice on that one. All right, now you can talk.
Look at the penguins. Little penguins were dancing around. Yeah.
Technically, yes, you were Chaos Central first, but then I came in like I do all the time, and I take over everything, and then
And
that's what
then
happens.
someone younger and better comes along, and not me. It's not me. It's Brandon.
Mom Bear's the godmother of the spoiler kings.
She's the spoiler queen, man. Don't worry about it. This is what it is. It ain't been exactly.
Better glad. Bel Air stream. Yes. We will be talking about Bel Air later on tonight, so make sure to check that out. She will kick us all to the curb for him. I'm just saying. I know, Danny. I know. But you know what? Biggaford Entertainment got that swag, right? He just got that. I know Brown Man don't got that swag. So we going to bring it back old school. We going to bring the swag back. Trust me on this one. All right, guys? Well, with that being said, Brian, tell the people where they can find you one last time.
On Spoiler Kings, this man crazy. That's where you're going to see me. You don't see me on Spoiler Kings, this man is crazy. That's all right. We'll talk about all this stuff later.
I am not crazy. I am not. At least my psychiatrist doesn't think so. Said, I know. You never know until you know, right?
Exactly.
You never know until you know. But you know who was into you? Biggaford Entertainment. That is correct. That's what I'm talking about, all right? You know what I mean? So all you stragglers that left, come on back to town. Biggaford Entertainment. We do it big over here. You know what I mean when I say big, right?
Yes. Oh my God. Let's just see you on the next rewind.
Peace, love, and hair grease. Yeah, this the last of the show went off the rails. But you know what? Sometimes we gotta have some fun. But next week we will be back. Spoiler Kings are doing their things tonight. We are doing our things tonight. It's all about having fun and making sure you guys have some good content to watch. And like I said many times, we wouldn't do this stuff without you. So peace, love, and hair grease, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.